Yeah, and speaking of which, I'm
Yes,
live now.
Today, we're back to Chrono Trigger. Thank you, Skeletor, for introducing the episode here.
Yes, and meanwhile, I'm playing the game with four or good waifus, except for one. Because seriously, who wants to date the basic bitch that is Yukiko? Whoever it is that raised their hand, you do not count.
But she's great in cross.
No!
Oh.
Anyway,
No!
Persona 4.
She can be
Golden.
great in cross tag, but she's a basic ass hoe.
Not to mention the fact that she is voiced by a disgusting human being that even I wouldn't be into.
Yes.
Okay, but serious talk.
Some fetishes go even too far for me. Joke's on you, I'm not into that shit.
So, Persona 4 Golden. This was originally a PlayStation 4 or not PlayStation 4, PlayStation and Vita
PSP.
exclusive.
Yeah.
So, we're doing this on New Game Plus. Let's see. Let's go through the difficulties.
Are you good? Do you?
This
hate
mode is
yourself?
easier than easy. Relax and enjoy the story. If your party is wiped in battle, you can instantly retry. For those who are less than confident in their skills, the battles are easier than normal mode, so don't get too worked up. This is the best balance of difficulty and enjoyment. Please experience the tension. This is for the confident. Battles are more challenging and you'll experience severe gameplay. Do you hate yourself, or are you supremely self-confident? This difficulty requires a strength of heart that never gives in.
Biggest dickish.
We're not that confident.
Okay, I turned down the in-game audio earlier when I was doing a sound test, and now I'm going to have to turn it down even more.
Go even.
Well, I
lower
apologize
beyond.
if we get taken down because of the animated cutscenes in this game.
Going normal.
You shouldn't have to worry about that, but I can send you a distraction image if you need it.
Yeah, I don't know. Just put a poster.
I'll just send you that image
Nah.
of Cosmonaut eating the hot dog, and you can use that.
Oh my god.
I still
boy,
have-
Okay,
going to the
so-
war.
So we are inside of what is this game's variant of the Velvet Room.
Wait a minute. This is an elevator. I think I'm in the wrong game.
No,
Wait a
we're
minute.
in
This isn't-
Persona. We're in Persona 4.
Loving an elevator, living it up
Hi,
as I'm
Byakuya.
going down. Loving an elevator, loving it up as I hit the ground.
Ah, it seems we have a guest with an intriguing destiny.
Ah,
Persona. Social link,
My name is
socially.
Delighted to make
Hello,
your
Gizmo.
acquaintance. This
Hi,
place
Gizmo.
exists between dream
So
and
we are
reality,
currently inside of the
light
Velvet
and
Room,
matter.
where we are serenaded by the voice of some
It is a room
strange
that only those
maiden
who are
off in the
bound
distance.
by a contract may enter. It may be that such a fate
Yes.
awaits you in the near. Now then,
Why don't you introduce
yourself?
yourself? Yeah, there was
No.
once a time where Vic
Exactly.
Mignogna actually voiced Igor, and that was in Persona 4 Arena. Okay, so what are we naming this
I s-
dipshit?
Shit.
dipshit.
No, that's too easy. First, I gotta enter his last name.
Protag.
Nah, too easy.
Issei.
Okay, his surname is Issei.
Last name Kai.
Okay,
You say
Kai.
Oh,
Okay.
oh, god damn.
Okay, yeah, I got you. We'll name him. All right, so would it be
Does this mean we're gonna keep
Issei?
Wait, is he the last name or the first name?
Yeah, I'm on the first name.
All right. I'm a
So would
little
it
bit
be
behind on
two
YouTube,
S's
so-
or? So would it be
Two.
two S's? Okay, so 2 S's. All right. Our protagonist's name, Issei Kai.
I'm clever.
That you can be.
Alright,
I see.
alright. Let's see how he's gonna get hit by a
Now,
truck.
let's take a look into your future, shall we?
I mean, after all, every isekai starts with a truck.
No, most
Do you
Shin Megami
believe
Tensei
in
games would
fortune
start
telling?
with Thor threatening to nuke Japan because fuck Japan.
Wow, so bad
Each
we
reading
missed
is
it
done
twice.
with the same cards, yet
Okay,
the
sweet
result
baby
is always different.
No, this is actually
Beloved,
legit
what,
Shin
that's
Megami.
the same
This is actually
principles,
legit Shin
doesn't
Megami
it?
Tensei lore. I'm dead serious. Look it up.
Yeah. Man, gods are dead.
I'm Thor, son of Odin. Fuck Japan.
President
Both
of
figuratively and
Hmm.
very literally.
The tower in the
keep in
upright
mind,
position
Thor
represents the
is also
immediate
the
future.
president of the United
It seems a
States in Shin
terrible
Megami
catastrophe
Tensei
is
lore.
imminent.
How did that happen?
How the
Don't
The
ask
card
me.
indicating the future beyond that is
Wow, the world of Shin Megami Tensei, where every god
now-
is dead.
Actually,
Alright.
would you
the
replace
moon in the upright position. This
would-
card
would
represents
Hail to the Chief be
hesitation
replaced by
and mystery.
Thor kills the
Very
Destroyer
interesting
in
indeed. It seems you
the
will encounter
SMT
a
universe?
misfortune at your
Oh
destination.
no,
And a
maybe.
great mystery will be imposed upon you. In the coming days, you will enter into a contract of some sort, after which you will return here.
So this long-nosed man is
the coming
the-
year is a turning point
the
in
one
your
who
destiny.
runs the Velvet Room.
If the
His
mystery
name is
goes
Igor.
unsolved, your future
Yeah.
may be
Can't have a
forever
Persona
lost.
game without
Igor.
My duty is to provide assistance to
Igor,
our guests to
or
ensure that
as
does
most people
not
would know,
happen.
is voiced by Dan Warren, who, as I said, voices Byakuya in Bleach, among other roles.
Ah, I have neglected
Damn
to
right.
introduce my assistant to you.
Wow, I only did 1 damage with the
This
rocket punch.
is Margaret.
I guess the
She
rocket-powered
is a
fist is
resident
not
of
the
this
super
place,
secret
like
weakness of
myself.
these guys.
rocket punch gets stronger?
My name is
eventually.
Margaret. I am
Alright, I'll
here
be
to
right
accompany
back.
you through your journey.
So Margaret is this
We
game's
shall
Velvet
attend to the
Room
details
assistant.
of
Me
the top.
right round, baby, right?
Until then,
Ah, what?
farewell.
Laser spin did 0 damage to the acid.
Oh God,
I guess it's.
Done.
I guess they're already tripping. They don't.
So would
need
you
any
like
more
to see a
psychedelics
totally
in their life.
unrelated 15-year-old in a bikini?
Yeah.
The game thought we said, wow. You actually said yes and the options are both yes and yes.
Sorry, Persona. Of course, I want to see it.
Tired of diets. Enough with going
I
to the
re-say
gym.
the
Good
most
thing there's something
the
even
easiest
I can
girl to
handle.
romance in this game.
Slim down this summer with the refreshing.
Don't become a girl hoe.
lover. Get a hold of you. Believe that she's like no other.
At first he bags a
Boy, you
singer,
know
then
it,
he has
you'll
an
be
affair with a
on
TV
your
announcer on the side.
knees.
Do chicks really dig politicians?
Isn't it just stuff like
You'd be surprised. Some ladies are into oh people who are
that supposed to
full of
mean? Well, what do
idiotic
you think?
opinions in politics.
So Yosuke.
Remember, Yosuke, according to himself, is the Riz god.
Well, I'm sure
He-
that
he
you
does
all
not
know
strike me
already,
as the
but
Rizzler.
At the end of this month, he will be
The
transferring
joke is
to another
that
school.
it's a video that Sonic showed me. Basically,
Quiet
Yosuke was
down,
trying to
guys.
influence
I'm not
Teddy,
done
but
yet.
then he was in a very brief relationship with Chie Satonaka.
Yosuke?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of obvious.
So the canon name for this protagonist is Yu Narukami. In the
So
manga,
hang on, hang on. So Marl can use a crossbow, but she can't use a fucking gun.
apparently.
Yeah,
Okay, game.
Don't question it. I never once got a straight answer as to why.
The scandal involves the Enkastar Misuzu Hiragi preparing to tour overseas. Taro Namatame, a council secretary in the Inaba region, whom she
that
married
name
just
might be
last
important.
year, is now under suspicion of having an affair. What's more, his rumored mistress is the well-known TV
Hello,
Should we
oh,
go
Do-
soon?
hello, Dojima.
just about.
question on everyone's minds is how this love triangle will affect.
Fuck that. Oh. I have to ponder if Narukami really had anything else to wear other than his soon-to-be school uniform. Because you would think he wouldn't just have that on hand, but he just does. With open bar.
Why would he not? They explain in the game that they have to wear their school uniform.
No. I'm saying, like, before they go into the TV world. Like, this is literally as he arrives at Inaba.
They explained it before that it's the only kind of clothing that they have that can hide their weapons.
That's not what I was referring to.
We need to design more school uniforms to be capable of hiding weaponry.
They have to.
Hey, I'm Ryotaro Dojima,
You're more
and
handsome
this
in
is
person than in your
Nanako.
photo. Welcome to Inaba. I'm Ryotaro Dojima. I'll be looking after you. Let's see.
It's
I'm
nice
your
to meet
mother's
you.
Younger brother, and that
Oh,
about
no
sums it
need to be so formal. I've seen you naked.
Yeah, that ain't creepy at all.
You probably don't remember, but we've met. I've changed your diapers before.
Yeah. That's a joke.
This here's my daughter.
Look up the Persona 4 Hayam Daisy comics.
Come on, Nanako. Introduce yourself to your cousin.
Oh, little sister is shy.
I figure out if I've been to where I need to be already, or if I need to go back, and I think I need to go back.
There's a character in Fire Emblem Fates, I shit you not, who Karen Strassman uses her little Nanako voice from this game in there. And I'm just like every time I send her into battle, go get him, Nanako! Karen Strassman thought it was funny.
Let's get going. My car's over there.
Too bad she never actually made it as a part of the gang. In any way.
Hey.
Oh.
I had the idea of having Nanako as like a fighter in Persona 4 Arena, but that got shut down.
No, they were joking about having Dojima.
Whoa, I thought it was
Thank you,
Nanako.
game.
Oh,
great.
Yeah, Kojima, yeah, they said it was stupid or something like that. It was kind of harsh.
Derelict Factory.
Gizmo, you've only played original Persona 4, so let me introduce you to this thing. This is Marie.
I have Ultimate, but
this is Marie, and she's of the prototypical tsundere type, but she's not of the she is not of the entertaining tsundere.
Whatever. All I did was pick it up.
Are you okay?
Yeah, that was a burp.
Derelict Factory.
What's wrong?
Console robo. Battles.
Yeah, my burps sometimes get really weird.
On the right hand's the factory.
I have to literally assure people constantly that I'm doing okay.
Okay.
That makes sense. And now I'm at the gas station.
Right, check out
Hi.
factory.
Welcome to Mole.
Hey, look, it's a totally non-sketchy gas station attendant.
Can you go to the bathroom by yourself?
The one to the left.
So a gas station attendant. Oh, you sick bastard.
And that's where I got the bandit spell. Okay.
It's in the back. To
Someone's
your
trying
left.
to make a Miles Morales
You know which way's
mutant
left?
skin by using...
The side you don't hold your chopsticks in.
Why wouldn't you just take a regular Spider-Man skin
by using
and
that
paint
kid
over it?
from Team Psycho Soldier?
Are you taking a trip?
Psycho Killer.
No, we just went to pick him up. He just moved here from the big
What
city.
his name was. That tells us
City,
all
huh?
about, that says all about the kid.
Fill up my car while you're at it. Regular's fine.
You're thinking of Bao?
Right away, sir.
No, not Bao. Is it Bao?
Good time as any for a smoke.
There's only one kid there. I mean, let's fair enough.
Are you
The
in
one
high
that
school?
always the one that sometimes
Does it
has
surprise
the
a
intro
city
where he
boy to see
swallows
how
a
little
whole
there is
bun.
out here?
Oh,
There's so little to do. I'm sure
Yeah,
you'll get bored
yeah,
fast.
there you go.
You'll either be hanging
Yeah.
out with your friends or doing
The King of
part-time jobs.
One of the few King of Fighters
Speaking of
nobody
which,
cares about.
we're actually looking for part-time help right now.
You're using that as a Miles Morales
Give it some thought,
skin?
why don't you?
Okay,
We don't mind if you're a student.
And she's like, "Can I touch your hand?"
I
He's a
should get
hand
back to
model.
work.
Get away.
Oh God, I'm suddenly having a headache.
Are you okay? Did you get car sick?
Could be worse. He
You
could be a
don't
male
look
model.
too good.
I don't
But
know
why
that.
male models.
I love
serious?
this.
I
I love
just told
this.
you just a moment
Yeah,
ago.
yeah. I just love the fact that you want to know why Ben Stiller ended up repeating that
What's wrong?
line.
You okay?
Because he genuinely forgot.
Yep, he
Yeah.
forgot the line, and thankfully, the
It's
actor playing the hand
Must have
model
been a long trip
all
for you.
action was able to just work with it,
Why not take a little
and
walk?
plus it was in
Get some fresh
character
air.
for
Just
Zoolander
let me know
anyway.
when you're ready to...
It's the delivery of it too. Like he could have just said, "But why male models?" But he was still in character when he asked. He was like, "But why male models?"
First of all, before we proceed any further, I can spin around in circles. Spinning
Oh,
in
funny you should
circles.
mention that, Kevin.
Yeah.
Rooney.
Cool.
What you got? You got like you got Booker T in that game now, or are you you mentioned the spinner? Are you mentioning one of the?
You know, that's racist. Robo and Booker T look nothing alike.
So all I can do is look at the setting, things, change difficulty, load data, delete data, and return to the title. That's all I can do.
Okay.
If only I had a motorbike, dude. Maybe if you didn't suck so much, you would get one.
Oh, hey, look, a goth woman.
Oh, thank fucking God.
Oh, look, some goth woman. Totally won't be in fourth later.
Oh, okay. This is cool, but I'm not sure how I feel about it. Breaking news: Japanese Spider-Man, Leopardon, will be in the next Spider-Man.
Leopardon is the robot.
Oh,
Japanese Spider-Man is just Japanese Spider-Man. Technically, he's Toei's Spider-Man, but yeah.
Yeah, but people for some reason coincide the two as the same people. But
That's
Yeah, I
stupider
don't
than people who
either.
thought that the Wii U
All
was
right,
just an
let's have a
add-on for the
toast.
Wii.
yeah,
Like, come on, guys.
stupid people without internet. But yeah, Japanese Spider-Man and his Leopardon
So,
will
your
be in
mom and
Beyond the
dad are busy
Spider-Verse.
as always.
And
They're working
for some
overseas,
reason,
was it?
people are wanting to call it Toei
I know
Spider-Man
it's only for a
instead
year,
of
but getting stuck in a
Japanese
place like this
Spider-Man.
because
I
of your
mean,
parents?
I mean, it is Toei's
rough being a
version of
kid.
Spider-Man, but
Right.
It's
I
just
think
me and
it's
Nanako
fair
here.
if
So it'll
that
be nice
people are
having someone
asking
like
that
you
though,
around.
because what people
As long
don't
as you're
know
here, you're part
is
of the family.
there is an actual Japanese Spider-Man, like literally
Yeah.
just a Japanese version.
excuse me, it's basically
There's no
like
need.
Naruto,
Look,
but
You're making
you know.
Nanako
Well,
all
no,
tense.
not really,
Well,
because
anyway,
Naruto and Boruto,
let's
they're
eat.
not really the same. Really, they're completely
Ugh.
different in many
Who's
ways.
calling it this?
What I
out?
mean is, there's in the Marvel universe,
Dojima
like regular
speaking.
616
Mhm.
universe, you could literally go to Japan and there's a guy that got the exact same powers, the exact same way
I
that
see.
Peter Parker did, and took up the
Uh-huh.
Spider-Man mantle, and is literally
All right, I'm
taking
on my
on
way.
the same kind of villains
Looks like I
in
made the right
Japan
choice to
as
skip-
Parker is.
do
Except
you know
Sorry, I
why?
gotta go
Do you
take
know
care of some
why
business.
Batman Beyond
Go
was so
ahead and-
successful? Because
I don't know
Terry
how
had
late
his
I'll be.
own bad guys to deal with.
Okay.
Yep.
no, but this was literally a.
Nanako, it's raining out. What did you do with the
This is
laundry?
unique though. They made like
already
an
brought
entirely
it in.
different like Spider-Man
All
story
right.
and everything.
Well,
Like
I'm off.
it wasn't just like, oh, this is Spider-Man, but he's Japanese. No, that's called
There was
called-
a Spider-Man
called-
Ninja comic where
it's called the
Uncle
Mangaverse.
Ben was a ninja lord
For
and
this
he
week.
got killed by the
Next, let's
members
take a
of a
look at the
rival ninja
hourly
clan.
breakdown.
Yeah, that's
tomorrow's
different. That's
weather.
the Mangaverse.
With storm
That
clouds
he
moving in
learned
from the west,
ninjutsu and stuff
expect
like
rain
that
throughout
instead
the
of
day
sticking
tomorrow
to
in
walls
most
with
areas.
How
spider
does
like
the robot fall asleep, guys? Riddle
You're
me this,
asking?
Batman.
Is that
Yes,
that's the one
legitimately,
thing
I
you're
am asking Robo, how did you fall asleep? These bugs put you to sleep. How is that possible?
By the way, one of our
You
buddies,
got time travel.
Revenant
You got-
Resurrected, said hi.
You
Hello.
got, you
He
got a
told-
game about time travel with a talking warrior frog and a piccolo-like enemy
Investigates
that turned ally in the future, and you're asking how a robot goes
My
to sleep.
dad's a detective.
Yes, I am asking how a robot goes to sleep. That is a bigger stretch of the imagination
Do you
than
wet
traveling
your ass
through
before
time
you
and
take a
talking
dump?
frogs. We're in a Akira Toriyama comic after all, though, so anything is potentially possible.
Do you also ask why doesn't orange juice taste like orange juice, bro?
Orange juice does taste like orange juice, though.
No, but like, out of all the things you could be asking about it, why
How
are you
convenient.
why are you asking that question of all things? You could be asking how it's made, where it's from, how much it costs, but you're asking why does orange juice taste like orange?
This is
It's like,
boring.
there's a lot of questions you could be asking about the...
At Tunis,
Every day is
customer
Customer
appreciation
Appreciation
Why is
Day.
it
Come
saying
see
that,
for
bruh?
yourself
What?
and get in touch with our
with
product.
I mean, I'm more
Every
concerned about why
day
it's
is
asleep than why it's
At
alive.
your Junes.
Every day's great at your Junas.
Oh, you are just precious, Nanako.
Aren't you
Too
going
precious.
to eat?
She is.
And you better not kill her.
I won't
You better not what?
kill her.
Yeah, Nanako
Or
can die.
because
No
in
one really wants to.
no, here's the thing. If you go for the basic ending of this game, which is essentially a stop at I'm at one of the last few dungeons, then Nanako just straight up
fucking hell.
dies.
Nobody wants to kill Nanako. That's the thing. Like, if you do, that's just a mistake.
It is.
Yeah, legitimately, it's just a mistake.
And you're a monster if you do so.
Oh yeah.
Willingly, yes.
Oh god. I'm having the dream again.
Like how you're a monster if you kill Papyrus.
You're a
Oh,
monster. If you
where
decide to
am
play that
I?
again.
What?
What?
There's
I'm
in
a
the
monster if I decide to what now?
You're a monster if you decide to play it again. Shush.
the weird thing is that in original Persona 4 there was this weird yellow tint to everything in the TV world. Like not even just like the starting area of the TV world, just the TV world period had this yellow tint over everything. Do you seek the truth? Well,
Do you
I
seek the
mean,
truth about
that's
Ram Ranch?
that is kind of the point
I'd
of this
rather
game.
not, thanks.
You heard someone's voice.
18 naked cowboys out in the yard at Ram Ranch.
If it's truth you desire, come and
The
find
truth
me.
about Ram Ranch.
You hear the voice from up ahead.
The voice of the 18 naked cowboys out in the yard at Ram Ranch.
Oh my god. What on earth is this fan fiction? And that we have developed
18
here.
naked
So,
cowboys
you
out
are
in the
the
yard
one
with their
pursuing
personas
me.
hanging out. Ram Ranch.
Try
I'm
all
done.
you like.
18. What about 18 naked cowgirls?
It seems
Yeah,
that you
I'd
can
rather
see
deal
a
with
little, despite the
I'd rather
fog.
deal with 18 naked cowgirls out in the yard at Ram Ranch.
I see. Indeed. That is very interesting information. Oh,
there
do
you
you
go.
see? I see.
18 naked cowgirls in the showers at Ram Ranch.
You will not catch me so
18
easily.
naked cowgirls in Ram Ranch wanting to suck your cock.
If what you
and
seek
open
is
your
truth,
cock.
then your search will be even harder.
You'll be
30
turning Ram Ranch.
36
Ram
36
Ranch.
giant titties waiting to be sucked.
No, okay, I get it. It's because you're counting them like this.
What are we doing? Everyone sees what they want to, but the fog only deepens. Will we meet again
Don't tell me what to do.
at a place
No.
other than here?
No.
I look
fuck away.
forward to it.
I'm
You're
not.
losing
What
consciousness.
the fuck you put on my drink?
18 wet ass pussies waiting to be fucked.
At Ram Ranch turning into Plap 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 Ranch.
You can hear someone's
Breakfast
voice.
ready.
It's almost time to get up.
It's the neighbor's voice. He's
All
talking
you
to
girls
his
ready
friend.
for cocks? Ram Ranch really rocks.
Turning Ram Ranch into
We haven't even started the main game.
Ram Ranch.
We're starting school today. Look, we can get the NSFW stuff
Good morning.
of later, not right now when we're supposed to be somewhat
Okay.
sane.
Let's eat.
Since we're going
There
insane,
was
I think
some
I'm gonna
kind
head
of
for
Had a
trouble.
need
You
to
want
Okay,
that?
but Gizmo, a couple things before we go into
Oh.
further news. So, I was telling Sonic and Alex about the fact that since the new trailer
Did you
for
forget
My
my
Hero...
name?
What?
I'm kidding. It's just I just
I
thought it'd be
s-
funny if I asked that.
I said Sonic and Alex.
I know, but you hesitated when you said that.
What do you mean hesitating?
Hedgehogs out in the yard.
It's a joke.
Anyway,
Don't worry about it.
as I was
yeah.
saying...
Hedgehogs out in the yard with Amy Rose
Can you
and
please-
Ram Ranch.
Anyway, so as I was saying...
Hyperspeed
So-
Ram Ranch.
Can you please stop?
Yeah, we're okay. Okay, so what were we talking about?
Okay, so
Go
I was
ahead.
telling Alex and Sonic about the fact that after the new trailer teaser for My Hero Academia Season 7 come out, and the elitists came back and they started bitching about the one thing they do not see outside every day, the sky. They do this.
Wheels in the sky keep on turning.
You're starting school
And unfortunately,
today, right?
I don't know where I'll be tomorrow.
Wheels in
My
the
school's
sky
on the
keep
way,
on
so
turning.
let's go together.
But
Okay,
they don't
so
know how to touch grass.
yeah, these people are just ridiculous.
Yes, they
Like, these are likely the same kind of people who bitch about the negative space being used in Bleach quite a bit, accusing
these
Kubo of not
I
being
wonder
able to draw backgrounds.
No,
Well,
those
I
are
wonder
fans. The same kind of
You
people who
keep
bitch
going
about
straight
fan
from here.
service.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I wonder if they're the
My
same
school's
kind of
this
people
way.
who routinely bitch about slow motion in Zack Snyder movies because okay, so there's several purposes to slow motion, and the slow motion usually helps you take in the effects of the scene better, take in the imagery more, things like that. Also, apparently, the usual suspects are bitching about Ghostbusters, Frozen Empire, or whatever it's called.
Oh fuck! What are they complaining about now?
They're complaining that there's too much fan service. It's too nostalgic for the original movie.
Too
and,
nostalgic?
Yeah, and and it's too reverent to the source material. Well, never mind
They
the fact
realize how old the franchise
Ghost.
is, right?
Do people? Well, I believe they've
funny.
forgotten that people love Ghostbusters.
They
and
forgot
like-
that this
Talk
is
about
property
bad
people
luck.
actually want to see.
The homeroom teacher
Yeah.
here is more
Well, like,
isn't it?
Ghost.
Yeah, it's King Moron,
They say,
all
oh,
right.
Ghostbusters
We get to
is a
enjoy his
movie about
long-ass
schlubby
sermons every day for a
exterminators.
whole year.
Why
Hey,
are
you guys,
they?
I
Why
heard
are
there's
people
going to be a transfer student
treating
from
it
the
as
city
this
in this class.
reverential family
Huh?
drama?
Really?
Maybe because
A guy or a girl?
Ghostbusters was a big part of a lot of people's lives growing up throughout the 80s
A
and
transfer student
90s
from the city.
and early 2000s.
Just like you, huh?
You know what's
Like,
kind of
I just
funny?
got Extreme Ghostbusters
You
on
look dead
DVD for the
today.
first time
Oh,
in
nice.
a long time today. Yeah,
I
the
don't wanna
whole
talk
series
about
is out on DVD now.
You're gonna love
I'm-
Roland.
I mean, I liked
with him?
Extreme Ghostbusters when I
Who
watched it back
knows?
in the day. Yeah, I was sorry when they took it off of TV. Hell, they showed. The funny thing is, they
All
actually
right, shut your
showed
traps.
for a while they were
I'm
showing
Kinshiro
Extreme
Muraoka,
Ghostbusters, the
your
real
homeroom teacher
Ghostbusters,
from today forward.
and
First things first.
the
Just because
the
it's
fake
spring
Ghostbusters.
doesn't mean you can swoon over
The
each
one
other
with
like
the
a
monkey.
love-struck
Yep.
baboon.
Yeah, that one.
As long as I'm around,
Yeah,
you
the one
students
with
are
the
gonna
monkey.
be pure as
Back
the
to back
driven
on a local
snow.
TV channel, like way back
Now,
in
I
the day.
hate wasting my
And
time, but I
That was
better
really
introduce
cool
this
because you could
transfer
get
student.
that and
This
He-Man
sad
and
sack's
Transformers
been thrown from
all
the
in-
big city
all-
out to the
all in
middle of
this
nowhere like yesterday's
block.
garbage. And he's just
You
as
know, a
much
cool
of a
thing
loser
about when I was a
here
kid,
as he was
what
there.
I had on TV
So you girls
were
better
like the
not
coolest
get any
lineups.
ideas about hitting on him. Tell him your name, kid, and make it
It was
quick.
Monkey Magic, Dilbert, Pepper Ann, Recess, Sailor Moon, Dragon Ball Z, and
That's it. You're on
Extreme
my shit
Ghostbusters
list.
alongside
Effective
Men in Black,
immediately.
the cartoon.
Now
Oh
listen
man,
up.
that is an amazing lineup.
It is,
This
especially
town
since I
is
didn't give a shit what
miles
they
I
away
were
actually-
from
about.
your
I thought it
big
was so
city
fucking
of
funny.
perverts
That
and
Actually,
assholes.
Dilbert was
Always
my
at one.
favorite comic strip growing up.
You
Like,
better
people,
not even
people liked
think
all
of
kinds of
getting
stuff.
involved with the girls
Actually,
here,
I take
let
that back.
alone
Spider-Man was my
abusing
favorite
them.
comic strip growing up, but we didn't get to read that often because it wasn't that. The Spider-Man comic strip wasn't
But what do I
wasn't
know?
that frequently syndicated.
It's not like the old days. Even here, kids
Kind of
grow
funny
up
how they
so
made
damn
the comic book
fast.
based off the
Every
cartoon
time I
that was
turn my
based off the
back,
comic
you're
book
fooling
already.
around on those damn
Yeah.
phones,
I guess
checking
it
your
was that
life
good, but
journals
still,
and your my
funny.
places.
Mr. Muraoka, no offense, but nobody uses MySpace anymore. It's mostly Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram, and Snapchat, and I don't have a shit.
Keep
Excuse me.
in mind
is it
the
okay
time
if the
period that game was
transfer
set in.
student sits
I
here?
know.
You know that people are
That's
still using
I
flip
know.
phone.
I know. That's
How
the
does
joke.
Japan got better?
Listen,
for
if you
now?
want to add me on
Yeah.
MySpace,
Yeah, sure.
I switched
Hear
to
that?
Facebook
Your
a long
seat's
time
over
ago.
there.
Which, by the way,
So hurry
this
up
game
and sit
takes
down
place
already.
in the years 2011 and 2012, according to the dates on this game's calendar. And
Yeah,
and
sounds
so
about
this
right.
kind
Worked. Rotten
so this
luck
kind of
for you
takes
to get
place
stuck in this class.
a year or two
Well,
after
we just
Persona
have to hang in there
3.
for a year.
It was like a couple. The game took like a couple of years. Took place a couple of years after the release. At most.
Sucks to be the transfer
Persona
student.
4 came
ending up
out,
in
I
King
believe,
Moron's
in
class on the first morning
2008, 2009-ish.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like a couple of
he
years.
won't think twice about suspending
Give
you
me
if
a
you get on his bad side.
What the fuck?
Yeah, it came out 2008, Gizmo.
And then again, we're all in the
I
everyone
mean,
same
hell,
boat.
the Kamen Rider Drive had characters
Shut your
using flip
trap.
Everyone
phones.
shut up. I just
I'm
found out
taking
that
roll,
they
and I damn well expect you to respond in an orderly
shut
manner.
their mouths because I just found out something stupid. Dick Grayson has a sister.
course.
Yeah. It's also a girl that he fucked in the past.
Yeah, that's worse. Ah!
Tony. Yeah, because Dick.
That's
Dick,
all for today. Normal
Dick
lectures will
laid the
start
Richard
tomorrow.
down on Tony Zuko's daughter at one point in time, and it turns out she's his half sister.
Oh my
Sweet
God.
Attention,
home
all teachers.
Alabama.
No. If you're gonna sing "Sweet Home Alabama," you gotta sing it like Darts does. Sweet Home Alabama.
Alabama.
Please report
Where
immediately to the
the
faculty
skies
office
are
for
blue.
briefs. All students must return to their classrooms and are not to leave the school until further notice.
Well, I'm coming home to you. Tell the truth.
You heard the announcement. Don't go anywhere
Okay,
until
so
you hear otherwise.
speaking of Persona, there was a mod that recently came out that. Oh
It's a mod
God.
for Persona 3 Reload.
Yeah, it's like, boy, am I glad I never got this game. Because there's already problems with
There's
Persona
a lot
3
of missing
Reload.
content, so that's
Yeah,
one of the
missing
biggest
content.
problems.
And
They decided to use the DLC and use it as DLC again.
yeah.
Kind of like they did with Resident Evil 4
He's seriously
Remake.
getting on my nerves.
So,
Except that it came free with the original copy that I have.
okay, so
Now you had to buy a new version
yeah,
for
like
a
you
different
said,
console.
everything-
But fuck it, it was like that was the
people-
version I had.
Yeah, people didn't care for some
Something
reason. I don't
happened?
get it. Like Resident Evil
Don't
4
those sirens
literally
sound
had
really
no
close?
DLC whatsoever. Everything was free to unlock, whether through trial and effort or through cheats or
I
Game
can't see a
Shark if you're
damn
with that
thing.
guy.
Frickin'
But
fog.
in Persona 4, Persona 3 Portable, stuff like P3P and like FES and stuff like that, like a lot of the stuff you have to buy again or get DLC. And now they're forcing you to
Yeah,
get it
like
again
every time
again,
it rains
as
lately, it
if
gets
you
all
were buying
foggy.
it again, like you did the original.
So this mod is
Backtrack to the elevators. Okay, take the elevator on the
apparently
left. Okay.
is apparently like they got bored of regular all-out attack finisher quotes and decided to
Fuck
make
you, I'm
that,
not
which is a
grinding
mixed
these
bag
enemies
of
again.
or sardonic, topical, or ironic humor, which they can't guarantee will be funny to everyone. It's already
they
not
should have just
funny.
made. Here's the thing: they should have just made all of those screens into Thanks Obama, because that's funny no matter who you are.
For that announcement.
Yes. Now,
like Obama
to go through,
hasn't been president for over a decade now.
So since they do the
actually about 8 years, because he was 2016. Yeah, I'm.
So they have both a variant
like
of
12 years.
Oh yeah.
I gotta be frank.
You mean my
So they have both a
right?
male and female variant of this like the male protect because of MC mod, like the MC's like I really don't care. Or Yukari is you should off yourself. You should load tier god yourself now. Oh.
You should face your shadow.
Akiko is like, please be patient. I have CTE, a chronic traumatic encephalopathy. I can't pronounce that word. And Mitsuru is don't call me mommy. Ice's the Cylons did nothing wrong. Fuka let her watch Battlestar Galactica. Woof, woof, woof. Google 7391 to learn more about the history of the Kirijo group. I don't get that.
Okay, so Unit 731 was basically the Japanese equivalent of what the Nazis did at Auschwitz. They were running. Yeah, they were running various.
Yeah, none of these are funny. He's like, and Ken's like, don't come to school. Oh, as though he's some kind of bully, and I'm like, no.
Actually, I heard that.
No, that's a school shooting joke.
Remember, say no to drugs. Uggs says Shinjiro Aragaki, which is contradictory to the fact that he actually takes suppressors.
Yeah.
And then Femc's like, Femc's like gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss, and I'm like, oh, God. Guess what Junpei says?
Oh, you've already told me. Okay, so
yeah, I know.
I don't have to guess.
Oh, I'm asking. Yeah. I'm asking everybody else here.
I used to be high school teacher. Now I am sex offender.
Yeah, it says. Junpei's is just no longer voiced by a sexual predator. Ah, so topical, so fucking funny.
This wasn't. That wasn't a dead joke. That wasn't. First off.
And then they say it's illegally. And then they say it's a legally protected statement by the Texas Court of Law.
No, you can say that.
Staying at your family's
like
that doesn't mean you're right.
Being allowed to say that is not a matter of being correct.
Yeah, I guess not.
The fact that they have to bring that up makes me think that they know what they're doing.
How much
yeah, they know. Yeah, they are trying to piss people off, and I'm like, congratulations, you're making it so that I don't ever purchase this game on Steam.
Well, the game is also like they're gonna be turning it into fucking.
Yeah, it's like sure the mods are optional, but so are the mods for Spider-Man.
Holy shit, that's fucking awesome.
But people bitched about that until they took it down.
Yeah, don't mention the mods. That's a good thing because a lot of the mod sites are now trying to take away any mods that have to do with anything that are against their own views, whether it be giving a girl bigger busts or
elevators disabled.
Or patching back something in that was taken out that they disagree with, like, say, a reference to politics.
That's okay. It's just, I heard a guy in the class next door yell something like, my soulmate is Yamano, the announcer.
Remember the Spider-Man controversy where they took
Attention, all students. There has been an
Oh
incident
yeah, well
inside
here's
the
the
school
thing. That
district.
wasn't even.
Police officers have been
Yeah,
dispatched
that wasn't
around
even
the school
just
zone.
something that was in.
Please stay calm
That
and
was something that
contact
was
your
an
parents
option
or
in the
guardians
game.
as soon as possible and
No,
quickly
no,
leave
not
the school
not
grounds.
in the game, not
Do
entirely.
not
If it
disturb the
wasn't the
police
Saudi
officers.
Arabian-
It was
Head
the
directly home.
So it was
I
basically
repeat.
yeah, it was the Saudi Arabian
So you can't really say it was selectable.
localization.
It's available in that
Well, no,
version.
it's a thing that you could access with a hex editor, basically.
No, but that's the problem. What normie and what guy and what?
No. I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it's an easy thing to do. I'm saying
What? Something actually happened?
all it was flipping a
Come
flag
on,
in
let's
the
go take a
code.
look.
So, it's not like it was a complicated mod to accomplish.
Right, but
It's
they don't
that
care.
it's
Are
that
you going home by
the
yourself?
people who
Why don't you come with us?
like it's not that they went to some big effort
Oh,
to accomplish
nearly
it,
forgot.
but they
I'm
took it
Chie
down anyways, and it was like,
You know, I
Jesus
sit
fucking
next to you,
Christ,
right?
guys, like, why are we doing this? Why are you bitching about this shit? You know,
Yeah, but
this
like
isn't
I said,
a.
they don't care. All they see is a mod remove LGBT. Like, yeah, we know the technicalities of it, and we know like the actually moments. You know, like we said before.
Well, nice
It
to
was
meet
Saudi
you.
Arabian copies only, and it was just basically turning from the off to an on switch.
Yeah.
But the thing is, to a normal guy, to just a guy who wants to play the game, doesn't care about mods, it just looks like a mod. It's
Hey, Chrono, are you just gonna
technically
let
still
them
in the
beat
game,
up your
but
friend? I guess we are.
Call the spade a spade. Like it doesn't just call the spade a spade. It doesn't matter if it's made of iron and if the wooden handle is not wood, it's actually plastic with wooden patterns. A spade is still a spade at the end of the day. Mod is still a mod. You're modding in something that was only available in a certain country or continent or state.
No, I'm not saying.
Like
Like
that's that's all they see. I know,
Yeah.
I get what you're saying, but that's all they see.
Yeah.
That's the problem. They just don't care, and I think that's a bad.
This
really,
is
really
Yukiko Amagi.
Oh, nice to meet you.
bad thing.
I'm
because
sorry that
God
this is so
forbid
sudden.
we get a game.
Come on,
God
don't
forbid we get a
apologize
game
like
that's
that.
made by.
Makes me look like I got no
I don't fucking
upbringing.
know
I just wanted to ask some stuff, really. That's all.
Former workers of Donald Trump, right? And they want to like make a game where you play as him and beat him up and you're beating up.
Miss
I
Satanaka.
don't know.
This
COVID
was really
deniers,
awesome.
and then
Like,
you're
the way he
beating up
moved
like
was just
literal like
amazing to see.
snowflake people, like ha 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 snowflake. It's a joke. You get
I'm
it.
really sorry.
And
It was
then
an
it's
accident.
like,
Please
oh,
just
we
have
have
mercy until
mods
my next
in
paycheck. See ya.
where you get
Stop
to
right there. What did
play
you
as
do to
not
my
just Trump but
DVD?
Joe Biden, and they say, oh no, you can't do that. Okay, why? Yeah,
Like the fighting game.
like they're really hypocritical because like
You're gonna hit a motherfucker with another motherfucker.
Game Banana has mods where you get to play as Reset and Smash in a mod where you get to choose between her school outfits and her
Nickel hitting
outfit.
nads.
You get to
Are you
choose
all
between her
right?
school outfit and her bikini
Yukiko-san.
outfit, and yet like if we go to like
Are you
Nexus
worried
mods,
about me?
God forbid we want to
He's fine,
see
Yukiko.
3D girls
Let's
with
ditch him
bigger
and
No,
go
God
home.
fucking damn it, guys.
It's really weird. So like God forbid we get like a Donald Trump beat 'em up, and they're not accepting like mods for like what Joe Biden because they lean a little bit left. It's
You're
stupid.
Yuki,
Like,
right?
At this point, someone needs to
You wanna hang out somewhere?
At this point, someone needs to make a modding site that
Do
caters to
you
everybody.
want to be my lover? Oh, no?
What?
Okay.
Who are you?
That was a bit from Hi, I'm Daisy.
What's up with him? What school's he from?
Never mind.
Seriously, I
that.
gotta know
He's
where
going
that
for
video,
Yukiko-san?
that
Man,
audio is
you'd
from.
think he'd at least wait until
believe it's
she's
an Iron
alone to
Mouse
make his
clip.
move.
Yeah, so they say. I don't
bet
know.
you a can of
the
Tappy
only
gets
reason
knocked out.
any of us even think
No bet.
that because
Haven't
Shane
you heard
brought
how
her up.
difficult the Amagi challenge
Speaking of
is?
Okay, but since everything has gone
are you
backwards,
coming or not?
Since everything has gone backwards, why don't we start
I'm not
backwards
going.
and start with the comic book universe battles? The
Fine.
magnetic
Sure.
ferret. I have to remind everybody, we still have until April
did he want
13th
from
to
me?
participate in
What did he
today in this month's
obviously
writing
he was
tournament.
asking you out on a
And
date.
remember, there are no themes.
Huh?
You
Really?
can write about anything.
You really had no
There are no
clue?
restrictions,
Sheesh. But then again,
but it has to be a matchup
that
of
was
some kind.
way over the top.
So you got until April the
It was
19th,
creepy how he
11:59
called you
Eastern
Yuki all of a
Eastern
sudden.
Standard Time PM to join
Yo,
in,
Yukiko-san.
and the winner gets a $100
Turn down
digital
another
music gift
lovelorn
card.
fool, huh? Man, you're cruel. You got
Sweet.
me the same way last
So far,
year.
me and a bunch of other guys
I
are
don't
in it.
recall doing that.
Oh, you serious?
One of these days, I
Something
actually
you
need
wanna
to
hang out
sign up to that
sometime?
fucking website because I just
I'd rather
don't.
not.
Whenever the stuff
Well,
is
teach me
happening,
to
I
get my
just,
hopes
I'm
up.
not
Anyways,
on
you
there
two better not
to
pick on
even
the
think
transfer
about it.
student too much.
They just they just made some
curious
fixes
is
and made
all.
some changes to the site. So the last time you
I'm sorry
went
for
there, it might
dragging
not
you
be
into
as
this.
familiar.
No, yeah,
Come on, let's go. Everyone's staring.
So let's get to the new character additions.
Who wants to live forever?
Okay, last time we went here, we
Oh.
stopped at
So you
what?
came here because of your
Adam
parents'
Clay
job?
from The Beekeeper.
I thought it was something
Oh, yeah.
way more serious.
They've added a bunch more characters since then. Starting off with Eric Slater from The House on Sorority Row. Andy Richards from
There
Sorority
really
Row.
is nothing here, huh? That's what makes
Paloma
it nice.
from No Time
but
to
there's
Die.
nothing much we can show to people from outside.
Sunstreet.
Though there is
There's
something
no
from Mount
time to die.
Yasogami. I think
From
our dyed clothes or pottery or
Transformers.
something is kind of famous.
Raphael Esquivel from
wait,
Transformers
And there's
Prime.
the Amagi Inn. Yukiko's family
Crimson
runs it.
Typhoon
It's the
from
pride of
Pacific
Inaba.
Rim.
Huh? It's
The Brain
Just an old
Gremlin
inn.
from Gremlins 2,
No
the new
way.
batch.
It's been in all sorts of magazines as
The
a
Electric
hidden treasure.
Gremlin from Gremlins 2, the new batch.
It's a great inn. It's been
The
going
Bat
for
Gremlin from
generations,
Gremlins
and
2,
Yukiko
the new
here
batch.
is gonna take over some. Their
The
inn
Spider
actually
Gremlin
attracts
from
a lot
Gremlins
of
2, the
visitors
new
to
batch.
Inaba. It pretty
The
much
female,
keeps
no,
this town
they
going.
didn't actually add the female Gremlin.
Did they add Hulk Hogan from Gremlins 2, the new batch?
That's the same person.
I don't think that's entirely true.
No, it's not. It's a legally
Billy
distinct
Peltzer from the
entity.
Gremlins
I'm
series.
pretty fucking.
You think Yukiko's cute?
The old man. I don't. Is that real? What is his real name? The old man from RoboCop.
Oh, sorry. I didn't mean
I
to
don't
put
know
you on
his
the
real name.
spot right in front
if
of her.
they're calling him the old man at this
Come
point, I
on,
don't think
don't
he had
start
an
this
official name.
again.
She's really popular at school,
Dying
but she's
from
never had a boyfriend.
Final
Kinda
Fantasy
weird,
VII.
huh?
Come on,
Really?
stop it.
Yeah, okay.
You shouldn't believe that, okay?
He was a minor
It's
boss,
not
right?
true that I'm
Comet Guy
popular
from
or that
Dark
I've never had a boyfriend.
Queen Duck.
Wait, no.
Kaguya
Right?
What I meant to
Hiyu
say was
from
I don't need a boyfriend.
Under Night in
Jeez,
Birth.
It's time to go to the end of time, aka one of the best episodes of Doctor Who.
I'm sorry. This is.
Yuzuniha
Hey, what's that?
from Under Night in Birth.
Oh, we're getting more under night there.
Haydern from the King of Fighters series.
So that high schooler left school
And
early,
lastly,
and as she came down the
Gurney
street,
Halleck from
Wow,
Children
who
of
could
Doom.
imagine that hanging
Or
from an
Doom.
antenna?
I wanted to see it too.
Oh, you got here too late. The police and fire department took it down just a moment ago.
Ah, dead body hanging from an antenna. How unusual.
Well, I
And
think
the
it's
battles in
terrifying.
progress
I can't
are
believe a dead
Ironheart
body
versus
showed up around
Batwing,
here.
Dirge versus Universal Soldiers, Adam Clay versus Eric Slater versus Andy
What
Richards,
did she just say?
Billy Cranston and
body.
Billy the Kid and Billy Soul versus Billy Lee and Billy Jack and Billy West, Venom versus Predator, Dracula versus
Hey, what are you doing here?
Okay, so for right now, I'm gonna leave
Witch of the
Robo
West,
here.
Paloma and Sunstreaker and Raphael Escovel versus
I
Crimson
should have
Typhoon
figured
and
that
Rain
had
Gremlin and
Actually, hang
Electric
on.
Gremlin.
Damn
Cloverfield
principal.
Creature
I told him not to
versus
let
the
them through
Kraken.
here.
Gohan
You know
versus
this
Broly
guy?
from Super. Beetlejuice versus
I'm Detective
Pennywise.
Dojima, his guardian.
Pokemon versus Pals. And
I'll leave Robo
lastly,
here.
How should I say this?
Star Wolf and
I
Outlaw
hope you get
Star
along.
versus Patrick Star and the Death Star
But you
2
three
versus
really
Black
ought to
Star
stop
and Dawn
wandering
Star.
around and head straight home.
Take your meds, guys.
That
I think
that,
you've
that young
enough.
detective it doesn't seem suspicious at all in the slightest. No, not in any way whatsoever.
Adachi.
Legitimately,
How long
I
are you
didn't
going to
even
act
know
like a
it was
rookie?
Adachi.
You want to be sent back to the central office?
Yeah,
I'm
this
sorry.
game is well over 15 years old.
Go wash your face. We're going to go around and gather information.
Meanwhile, this version of the game is over 10 years old.
Was this
Time to
what
play
that announcement was about?
Time to play some catch up. Apple has banned Epic Games from App Store. Claims that Fortnite
What do they
devs
mean it
past
was hanging
criticism
from the
make their
antenna?
promise to fellow developer terms verifiably untrustworthy.
That's stupid. They're stupid.
Well, I hope
they
that
should
somebody...
stop being stupid.
I'm not sure who I
Hey,
want to root
Yukiko?
for here because I don't
Why
like
don't we
either
go
of
to
these
Jeunesse
people
some other
who are
time?
involved in this.
Yeah, I don't.
Good idea.
Same here,
then,
because
we're
I'm
taking
not
off.
a fan of Apple products
Starting
in the first place.
tomorrow,
And
neighbor,
Fortnite.
let's do our best.
Also, I don't want to
Yeah,
sell my.
Fortnite.
Also, I don't want to sell my soul.
Like, I'm not gonna. If I'm gonna play Fortnite, I'm gonna play it on my PS5 or my PC. I'm not gonna play it on a fucking Apple device.
If I'm gonna be playing Fortnite, I'll be dead.
You should play Fortnite with me sometime. It's
Gohan
actually not bad.
Gat. Do I need to say more? Gohan with a Gat.
Yeah, that's fucking awesome.
Is it?
Fortnite guys.
There's
I
so
think-
much that I can take.
I think, Gizmo, I think we need the real-life manifestation of Dark Magician with a gat.
I would go for Yu-Gi-Oh! Fortnite.
It's one thing if I have Mugen, Gohan fighting Homer Simpson. It's another thing if I'm literally
I
gonna
wonder
be
if Dad's not coming home again tonight.
seeing guys having Gohan skins throwing Spider-Man weapons as they hold the big fucking gun from Doom. Fuck that noise.
Around noon today, a woman was found dead near the Samegawa
Speaking
River.
of fuck that noise, Superman is now the only DC film releasing in 2025. What's the point?
James Gunn does not want this thing called competition.
A
Bro,
27-year-old announcer
give me
at the local
competition.
television
Jesus
station.
Christ, how is that the only DC
The initial results of the Inaba Police Department's
movie
investigation have
coming out in
revealed
2025? Give me
Nish.
some animated movie, dude. Why
I-
won't they just re-release their animated movies in theaters? Make it like a weekend thing. Make it like a one-day only thing. You'll
That's where
get
Dad
tickets
works.
filling up. You'll get people buying tickets and filling up those seats quickly.
1, 2.
Like, take a look back at the movies they released that were only video releases.
I know. That's
3.
his job, so this stuff happens.
Batman Beyond Return of the
There we
Joker,
go.
Batman and the Mask of the Phantasm, Green Lantern First Flight.
Mask of the Phantasm got a theatrical release.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. Yeah, let's exclude that one because that one actually had a theatrical release. But my point still stands. There was a lot of straight-to-video
The body was
movies
found
that come
hanging
out
from a large
that
television
are from
antenna.
DC
Atop
that are good.
authorities are uncertain
Same
as to
thing,
why
same
the body
thing with
was in such a
Scooby-Doo.
state.
The alien invaders,
With the
zombie.
cause of death also uncertain.
Oh, speaking of Zombie
continue
Island,
to
that's coming to
investigate whether
Blu-ray
the
along
death is
with
an
Return to
accident
Zombie Island,
or
but we
a
don't talk about
homicide.
that one. Scooby-Doo Zombie Island is coming to Blu-ray along with Return to Zombie Island.
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know what you're talking about. That movie doesn't exist.
Yeah, shame you only made one movie.
That's never returned.
A thick
That's never
fog
did a
common
thing.
to the area
Sequel?
has slowed
I
their
didn't know that. I
progress,
don't know if I'm
and
gonna know
plans to
about no
fully
sequel.
canvass the area are delayed until
I
tomorrow.
don't know anything about Velma being in fucking denial. Okay, I'm done.
Yeah, so speaking of Velma,
Fire,
that second season of Velma, which was already going to be a thing.
Fire.
Alex, can you please stop singing?
On the horizon.
Sorry.
Anyways, I was saying, so Velma, a second season is coming out around the same day as Knuckles, so we already have something good to watch. While that shit it goes unwatched.
You lost me at Velma renewed
found
for
her on the
second
roof?
season.
That's scary.
Yeah, it
Velma
was.
got renewed for a second season before it even premiered.
Did the people not get that you're not when you hate watch something, you're not supposed to directly go to the source?
Oh, no. Oh, so, dude, it got renewed before the series even premiered. The amount of traffic that the series got was not going to be effective on that at all. They were already making it before the first episode even aired.
So you're telling me they gave Velma a second season, and they said no to a Batman Beyond movie in the style of Spider-Verse, and outright refuses to release Wile E. Coyote
Yep, it's
versus
popular at
Acme?
school, too.
They gave Velma a second fucking season? Velma.
They were always planning
Velma.
on giving Velma a second season, too. That's the funny thing.
They planned ahead for this. Why? You thought about giving this a second season? Velma?
Take solace, Gizmo, that show is gonna get utterly stomped on by Knuckles.
Dude, I got fucking diamond cutting knives in my kitchen right now. I will stab my foot if that thing even goes past the 50% mark on Rotten Tomatoes. I swear to God.
Please don't.
Oh, you need your foot.
Stab is my foot.
You saved me.
You need your foot.
Thanks.
Sucks.
Oh yeah.
They said
that's
no to
right.
Batman Beyond.
That transfer
The
student.
movie.
I'm
And they
Yosuke
planned ahead
Hanamura.
for this. Oh
Nice
my
to
God.
meet you.
Hernia! Okay.
Here I come.
The best of them,
Say,
tougher
did
than
you hear
leather.
about the incident from yesterday?
So yeah, we're all
Oh,
pretty much
that
looking forward to
announcer lady
Knuckles
hanging from an
over.
antenna.
Soul. He grabbed in my chest as we speak. As
think it
the
was some kind
person
of warning.
grabbing onto my soul
There's no way
pulls it
something
through
that
my
weird could've been
goddamn
an accident.
urethra with a fish hook. Jesus
That seems
Christ.
a little bit exaggerated.
You want to know who's the one
Dude,
pulling your soul out,
Elma.
Gizmo?
Elma, nobody liked
Dangling
it.
a dead
Nobody
body
on
over a
either
roof like that?
side of the political
That's just
spectrum
messed
liked
up.
it.
The mascot David Zaslav has gained the powers of Shang
And
Tsung.
again, it's pretty messed
And
up
keep
to
in
kill
mind,
someone in the first
Warner
place.
Brothers is in the crapper right now. They are
Yeah, they're trying to piss away all their
in
money.
the deep crapper.
Oh,
They might
crap,
as well have
we're
built
late.
the crapper themselves.
You want to ride?
They're selling off
It's a little
Rooster
squeaky,
Teeth.
but it should be
That
fine.
means goodbye to Ruby, goodbye to Genlock, goodbye to everything that is Rooster Teeth. Despite how they were now, they were still sort of successful at least when it came to internet fame, especially with the merch, the conventions, the appearances, the talent that they were just giving away to other projects. They are selling off Rooster Teeth.
So,
They are
you
writing
getting used to
the
this
fucking
place?
Acme versus Wile E. Coyote movie at a loss, and they thought it was a good to think ahead and say, you know what, Velma, let's get that another season in the future. Velma, it's more than exaggeration.
Wow, that was fast. There isn't much to do here
You know
compared
how
to
many
the big city.
cartoons
But
people
there
have
is
been
that
begging
certain
to get revived in some
something
way?
you can't get anywhere else.
I mean, people.
The air's
shit
clean,
like
food's great.
like
You know about the local
Thundercats
delicacy?
Roar and
It's
Teen
grilled
Titans
steak, man. Like that's
Teen
anything
Titans
special, huh?
Go, and
I know a
they
place where you
all
can
went
get it
away
cheap.
for
Wanna
good,
come?
for good reason.
You help
And
me
then we got Velma.
What about me,
That
huh?
one,
No
dude, Teen
apologies?
Titans Go and fucking Thundercats Roar were the school bullies.
My
These guys
trial of
were the outright
dragon?
shitty principal. When
So
it came
these,
to-
You always
so
come
these
around
guys
talking
were,
about food.
so these guys were
Velma
Mr.
was-
Moroka.
Dude, Velma
Yeah.
was the Mr. Krupp of the school. Teen Titans Go and Thundercats Roar might as well have been bling bling fucking
How about it, Yukiko? Don't you think he should
boys
treat us
from
too?
Johnny Test. The fucking Velma
God,
show
unbelievable.
is the Mr.
I'll
Krupp
pass.
of the damn
I don't want
entire
to gain any
school.
more weight.
It will not
I need to help out at
die
the inn today anyway.
I
despite
appreciate the
fact
Captain
that it
Underpants
could have.
reference.
Yeah.
What?
I appreciate the
Wow,
Captain
Yukiko-san,
Underpants reference.
You started training
No,
to
it's
take over the
relevant.
business?
Because Krupp, by all means, should have left. Should have been fired. Should have been let go. Should have been
It's
in
not
trouble.
like
Be
that.
fair.
I'm just
every
helping out when
Teachers
it
like
gets
shit,
busy.
just like
Well, I should be on my
every
way.
other teacher in that school, and even the librarian. Velma is Mr. Krupp for God knows how
Oh,
long
well,
they've been
We
there.
should get going too.
for some reason, they just
Do I
will
seriously have
not
to
leave.
treat 2 people?
The second season proved that. The announcement of a second fucking season proved that. And the little kids, they might as well be the canceled and delayed projects.
This
and like
is the cheap
Batman
place you were
Beyond the
talking
movie,
about?
Acme
They
versus
don't
Wile
have
E.
grilled
Coyote,
steak here.
the
Yeah, well,
Mortal
once you
Kombat
hopped on the
versus
freeloader
DC
train, I had to
anime
change
movie
my
that hasn't
plans.
even gotten a storyboard before they can even
Oh,
start.
Robo
with that
doesn't
project.
actually learn spells. Never mind.
Seriously?
Why did you assume a robot could learn anything related to magic,
Well,
Alex?
the walkthrough I was
my
the walkthrough
place or
I was
anything.
using said that you'll have to bring the character you left behind in
Oh,
to
right.
learn
I
magic.
haven't told you
Like,
yet,
it doesn't. I guess you can't spell ignorant without IGN.
I moved here from another city about 6 months back.
Mortal Kombat crossover anime movie?
No, it's just that
This location just opened up, and
you
my
can say
dad
what
was
you want
assigned to
about
manage it.
Disney and Marvel. At least whenever they screw up,
So our entire family
there
came
will
out
be
here.
times they will learn from their
This is
mistake.
to welcome you to town.
The moment She-Hulk bombed, they canceled it. Everything after that, they learned that what they did was not good. When they canceled The Punisher and Daredevil,
Satonaka, yours is on me too.
they knew that doing that was a bad move, and there's
Well, here's the thing: they were trying to
plans
get.
of bringing those guys
They were
back.
essentially they were just trying to get Netflix to drop them because
Well,
they had a
yeah,
contract with Netflix and they
know.
didn't want to continue with that. So that was fucking stupid.
It's stupid, but they at least knew that that one show was bad and one show was good for certain reasons.
It's only been
They're
half
learning.
a year since this place
They
opened
learn,
up, but I
despite the
haven't
people
been
that
to
are
the
working
local
there.
shopping district much
Warner Brothers,
since.
on the other
A
hand,
lot of
they're
stores
throwing
there
away
started
that
closing, and
I can see like media.
You
They're
can't blame it all on
refusing
Juness,
to
can
let
you?
people dig through the fucking dumpsters to keep them and sell them, or just outright keep them. Period. Canceling projects that could have
Hitsaki
made
senpai.
them bank.
Sorry, be
Re-
right back.
and then later on, releasing them anyway. Like that, like
That's
when,
Saki
like
Kanishi.
the
Her family
Scooby-Doo
runs a
meets the
liquor store in the
rest of the
shopping
Justice
district.
League movie with
I think
Crypto the
she's working
Super
here
Dog.
part-time,
Remember
though.
when that movie was leaked, and then they
Hey,
decided to
how's it going? You look beat.
Yeah, they
Hey,
didn't put out a
officially
Blu-ray
release it,
Finally on
though.
despite
break.
them saying,
What's up,
despite them
Hana-chan?
saying that movie was
Boosting the
canceled and was
family
never going to be
business
released.
by
Yeah,
bringing
then
your
they
friends
they
here?
decided to officially release it.
Ugh, madam, you wound me.
How many projects, dude? This makes me think how many other projects they said no to, because remember what they have under their belt: Ruby, Death Battle, Red vs. Blue, Genlock, Camp, DC Comics,
Kidding aside,
of
you look
all
down.
kinds,
Did something happen?
Oh, it's nothing. I'm just a
Looney
little
Tunes
tired.
of all kinds, Hanna-Barbera, everything else.
Hey, if you need to
Those
talk,
are
I'm
some
always
heavy
willing to
hitters.
listen.
And they're saying no.
Thanks a fucking lot, IGN.
They're saying,
I'm okay.
Okay, hang on. I have
Thanks,
to bitch
though.
about this for a second here. So, IGN's
Why'd I
walkthrough
leave
for
school
Chrono
early
Trigger
yesterday?
for their side quest section, it says we're not going to be going into the monster arena in this
is he the
section of
kid
the
who
guide.
transferred
I'd
here?
go check out the side quest section. This guide is from March 30th of 2012. Still says coming soon.
Wow. That's retarded.
Why are you
Fucking
even
amazing.
idea?
Fucking
Why are you-
outstanding.
Why are you
Okay,
even using the
IGN.
IGN guide?
Yeah,
By
The
the way-
IGN guide has largely been good up to this point.
Are you
Okay,
the
Alex,
transfer
Alex,
student?
before you continue,
Oh, did you hear about me
Keep
already?
in mind, IGN unironically suggested using the Jagan of Fire Emblem Awakening for a while, thus making it so that your unpromoted units don't really get a lot of experience, which is a problem.
It must
Yeah.
be nice to have someone else from the big city to talk
in case
to,
you're
huh?
wondering, the character I'm referring to is Frederick.
I don't see Hana-chan hanging out with the other guys
Well, I'm gonna
much.
just move on before I legitimately get a hernia and
Not
decide to
necessarily.
meet,
He
let's
doesn't
just
have
move on
too
before
many
I get
friends,
an actual
so I
hernia
hope
in
you
my,
two
in
get
my
along
brain
good.
and or whatever the fuck it appears.
Brain hernias are no joke, people.
Yeah, let's just move on
they're
before
inoperable.
let's just move. one before I actually get one, and I decide to meet the manga artist in the sky.
Hana-chan's a good
The
guy, but he
U.S.
can
House
get
has
nosy
officially passed a bill
sometimes.
to ban
You gotta
TikTok
tell him right
if
to his face
its
when he
owner,
starts to annoy you.
Chinese company ByteDance, refuses to sell the platform.
I know. I'm just
I'm not
kidding.
hearing anything bad about this.
Come on, Senpai.
Yeah,
Don't
no,
you
that's
worry about something like
sounds
that.
fine with me.
Well, okay, so
Well, my break's just
bias
about over.
aside,
Back to work I
you know,
go.
everyone-
Laters.
Oh, Senpai?
I am
Everyone hates
just gonna
TikTok
summon a
with
bolt of
passion.
lightning
Nobody
indoors.
here sees TikTok. Nobody here likes TikTok or TikTok
Saki
content.
Senpai says I'm
Am
annoying.
Am I gonna get that
She's
right?
even nosy than me. She has a younger brother, and she treats me pretty much the same way.
Okay, so nobody here likes TikTok then.
You don't want her
No.
treating you like
Okay.
a brother,
So-
huh?
so,
I get it.
put
so
that aside.
That's how it is. The daughter
Banning
of a
TikTok
local
is
family
not a
run
good
liquor
idea.
store, and the scion of the
Because
invading
not only is it-
chain.
not only,
the flame of forbidden love.
Like, dude, you're banning an
Dude, it's not like that.
Oh, really?
You're banning an app
well,
that doesn't
I know
that
just the
doesn't
thing
really
to cheer up that
do
lovesick
harm.
heart.
Not as much as Twitter or Facebook.
You
or
ever
MySpace,
hear of the Midnight Channel?
Well, you
You're
know,
supposed
it's
to look into a
Venmo,
TV
it's
show
a, you
switched
know, it's
off,
another
alone.
it's another one of
Exactly at
those
midnight on a rainy
Okay, so I
night.
get that their
While
Chinese
you're
company
staring at your
involved
own
in it. They
image,
have some
another
sort of way to
person will
spy
appear on the
people through,
screen.
like, Okay,
they
whatever.
say
You know,
that
Chinese
person's your
communists. We
soulmate.
hate communists. We hate China, the country, not the Chinese people themselves. Whatever.
Right.
What? For a second, I thought you were
But
actually going to say
banning
something
the app
useful.
is not the answer. Because
How can you get all excited over such a
when
childish
eBay-
urban legend like that?
decided to ban any selling of lewd content, like, say, ported over hentai games, pillows, you know.
It's
CC
really
stuff.
weird because
You don't
they
believe
have
it, do you?
that's it's very strange, I find. Ooh, because
Of course I don't.
Because like you can constantly find like lewd magazines and shit on there.
Playboy.
Yeah.
Well, it's raining tonight.
So
Let's all try
I bring
it
this
out.
up because
Then you'll see.
I hate it. I hate the fact that they did it. Because, you know, you still got a lot of shit there that people are selling on eBay
Try
that
it
you
out.
shouldn't be.
Wait, you haven't even tried it yourself?
Yeah, I'm constantly running into bootleg shit everywhere.
Yeah, bootleg shit, fake shit, you know,
Wow. I'm trying to remember the last time I
overpriced
heard
items,
something
you know,
this
people
stupid.
scalping things, that kind of thing. You know,
Yeah.
dead. That belongs to a dead body. When I say dead body, I'm not talking
All
like
that aside, you know that
they
incident
just so
yesterday?
happen to belong to a dead
You guys
guy.
think
No,
it was
I'm
murder?
talking like these guys were like outright. They might as well be grave robbing.
Ooh,
Well,
what
I'm
if the
talking
culprit
like,
behind it was
okay,
still lurking around.
they banned like lewd content, but that doesn't mean that there weren't other places to get your fix. You know, Amazon are
You shouldn't
still.
joke about stuff like that. Childish one. All I'm saying is, you
Amazon
guys
is
better
still
try it out
behind when it
tonight.
comes to lewd anything, because I could still find Kodaino figures there. I could still find a lot of lewd anime there on DVD and Blu-ray. If you're lucky, you can find some hentai. Like I bought like a couple of mangas.
Yeah, I think what you call it?
I bought a couple of issues there.
What's it fucking called?
I even
Media
managed-
Blasters. I think Media Blasters sells a lot of their hentai on there.
I even managed to find like a bunch of Queensblade
What a day. I'm
little
back.
cases there too.
Did anything
You wanna
happen
cuddle
while I
later,
was out?
my girl?
No, you're late
When it comes
again.
to TikTok, you ban that. Where
I'm
are
sorry.
they gonna have their
I'm
fix
busy at work.
of TikTok?
Oh,
like
literally any other
Can you put the
media
news on
website
for
that
me?
has the
Are
same
you
thing.
sure
YouTube.
about that? Because
YouTube.
No, not well,
YouTube Shorts.
There's a reason why I didn't bring
Yeah,
that
but-
up. YouTube Shorts are a completely different breed. The YouTube Shorts are not
Next,
only a little bit
more details in
longer,
the developing
but they
story
also
on the incident
don't
in Foggy
really have
Inaba. Announcer Mayumi Yamano's dead
TikTok
body was
content.
found hanging
Nobody's going
above
on
a
YouTube
house
for
in
TikTok
this
content to
isolated
begin with.
rural
People go to
town.
TikTok for TikTok. People go to YouTube Shorts for YouTube Shorts. I mean, look at the stuff
Yeah,
that's
but
been
they're
popular on TikTok.
people repost
Dance
YouTube Shorts on
It is
TikTok and
confirmed
vice
Right.
versa.
that Miss Yamano
Well, yeah,
had
but
been
that's for
involved in an
compilations.
affair
People are
with
posting a
Taro
lot of TikTok
Namatame,
compilations.
husband
That's
of
it.
Enka singer
People are
Isuzu
posting
Hiragi.
I mean, people who post on
YouTube
TikTok repost their videos to YouTube Shorts.
What I'm saying
I
is that
see it
TikTok,
constantly, like videos with the TikTok logo on them.
well, what I'm saying is that
police
TikTok
plan
and
to
YouTube have
investigate
two
this
completely different
relationship
demographics.
and question
Like
any
one is
personnel
for like
involved with
one
them.
is for like the tweeny teeny bopper sing along, dance along kind of thing, you know, and the other one is for like funny,
In addition,
informational.
we now bring you an
skits.
exclusive interview with
Like,
the local student who found Miss Yamano's
Oh
body.
man, what was his name? The guy who had the guy who
interview with a
claims to
kid?
be a part of the secret.
Where the hell did they find
fast
her?
foods club?
What went through your mind
Oh,
when you saw it?
that,
Could you tell she was dead?
that guy.
Did
I
you
love
see
that
her
guy.
face?
Jordan
Like
Howlett.
Oh, guys.
He's made it on YouTube Shorts. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
Guys, to
there's-
summarize this scene. A dead body, ladies and gentlemen. Would you say it was awesome, or was it awesome?
Okay, Rainbow Dash.
Don't you think it's
And
scary that
TikTok, on
someone
the
was
other hand,
killed
it's
on a
like how
foggy day?
many times are you gonna go on TikTok or hear about TikTok?
She
and
was
it's
killed?
a dance video or a sing along video or
So,
some
did you
sort
see
of,
anyone
like, fashion
suspicious around
video
here?
Or some
No,
sort of like
not
video
really.
that's supposed to be like a
We heard that
like
you
a
found
like
it when
a
you
fad
left
or
school
it's like
early. Did you
ugly
have some
challenge, the
personal
cream
business to
cheese
take care of?
challenge, you know, that kind of thing.
I don't go on TikTok, so I don't know.
No, but that's what I'm saying though, because like nobody's going on TikTok. Less and less people are going on TikTok. Nobody's going on TikTok, and if you expect the people from TikTok to go over to YouTube Shorts, they really don't know who their different demographic are if they think they're going to make it big on YouTube Shorts. Because YouTube Shorts again are a different demographic than
are
TikTok.
raising concerns about losing customers as a result.
I don't
Just
know.
like how people
I
on
disagree.
Facebook
I think that
have a
they're
com-
pretty
had a
much the
completely
same kind of thing.
They're saying on the surface level, but if you go deep, it's completely
If they
different.
lose more
It's like
customers,
TikTok,
it'll be because
you're
you're making such a stink about it.
TikTok, you're getting a bunch of Skittles, candy corn.
It really is
you
a
know,
bizarre
you're getting
case, isn't
Jolly
it?
Ranchers.
I mean, hanging someone upside
YouTube
down
Shorts,
from an antenna.
You're getting like Subway sandwiches. You're getting 4-layer lasagna. You're getting a lot more there than you are on TikTok.
I'd have to say it's a warning or a sign from the culprit.
TikTok is just a flash pan stuff.
Yes,
while
but so far,
YouTube Shorts
no
are
one has come
killing
forward
it,
to take credit
if you
for
know
the
what I
crime.
mean. They give you more.
Yeah, kinda.
Loads of prank calls, though.
So the cause of death is still
It's
unknown,
still a bad,
and they
it's
don't
still
have a
a bad
single
move, though.
suspect
You
yet?
can't just
Taxpayers'
ban
funds are going
TikTok
to a
just
police force who
because
can't
the
even
Chinese
figure out
company
if this
won't
is an
sell it.
accident
How
or
about
a
you buy it?
homicide.
Well, here's the thing. I
We'll be
like
right
the
back after
idea
these
of
messages.
them saying, you know, China, get out of Western tech spaces, or
Right.
you know, go fuck yourself, and
At
But
Jeunesse,
it's not that
every
simple.
day is Customer Appreciation Day.
Because
Come see for
we rely on
yourself
China
and
for
get
a
in
lot of
touch
things.
with our
Like,
products.
there's the joke. I'm like, ha ha ha. That's where you got Bruce Lee, Chinese food, ha ha. But like, no. But think about it for a second. There's a lot of stuff we were like China. We were like China for. You know.
Hey, Dad,
Excuse me.
can we go to
You know,
Jeunesse together sometime?
we rely on China to make money from the movies that
No?
we make, because China are like another part of the
Jeez.
world that watch movies the most out of everybody. You know, we rely on China to buy most of our video games too. We rely on China to
no,
get
no. We don't rely on China to buy video games. They mostly pirate video games.
No, well, there's
like
games,
there is.
Well, no. I'm not talking like physical games. I'm talking. And besides, they actually removed the ban of Japanese.
No, I understand that. I'm just saying most of
they have
the games
online
industry
games
over there is still piracy and still hacked and shit like that.
Right, but they also have online games that they port over to China too, like Counter Strike Go, World of Warcraft, that kind of thing. There's still demographics in China that play a lot of US games, and not only that, they're also relying on China to give them the materials to build half this shit there too.
Now,
Just like-
one of the things that I think we should be doing, I personally think we need to be playing a lot more hardball with China than we do.
Yeah.
Like we're basically letting them walk all over us, and I think this is a great way to get them to start realizing, hey, we can't just walk all over the American tech industry now. No, they're actually starting to fight back.
Right. And it doesn't help that China is like communist communist rule, because they think that because they think that because they come from China they can do anything they want. Like no, that is not at all how that works.
All that bullshit about changing American movies to be more friendly to China is.
Yeah, Doctor Strange.
You should be changing Chinese movies to be more American, motherfucker. I want to see
the Taiwan thing where they try to pretend Taiwan doesn't exist. I thought that was weird.
Like Top Gun Maverick is really good, but that was irritating.
What was the other one? I said before, Marvel, Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange in the comic books, he was taught by a Tibetan monk when it came to his natural abilities. They had to
good night.
change that to like.
That's where the moment I get to the moment I get to Persona 5, I'm just gonna leave the game on auto. For the dialogue stuff, because I'm not that fond of having a dialogue-heavy game, and where I gotta wait, where I have to like.
You have to wait for everything to happen.
No, that's not what I mean.
Play RPGs during our times on Mondays.
No. What I mean is when dialogue-heavy sequence is kind of required for me to press the button while I'm trying to talk to you guys.
Oh yeah, I gotcha.
Yes, that's one of the problems as to why I don't play RPGs with you guys. I play RPGs like on my own time.
Yeah, I don't read out. I just don't read out the dialogue.
Yeah, at this point I'm not gonna bother because I know someone here doesn't like it when I try to roleplay in a role-playing game, and another.
Well, here's the problem.
Hold on.
Over the rest of the show,
Hold on, and also, yes, it takes a while, and before some people ask, I am using an answer guide to cheat on the quiz. I don't care.
What's up with the body being hung upside down?
That's so freaky.
Is it supposed to be like mimicking an execution? It's messed up.
Anyways,
my senpai told me
speaking of bad ideas, somebody is
Okay.
So speaking of bad ideas, Ron DeSantis is a bad idea for president because he's trying to ban
it's not really that important.
Social media usage for people under the age of 14 in the state of
yesterday
Florida.
On TV,
Oh, that's worse than the TikTok ban.
Never mind.
Yeah.
Look, I'll tell you later.
I kind of learned a lot of things on using social media when I was a kid, and there were entire free science and technology courses that were available to me, on social media. And if I was not allowed to create an account for those services,
did you hear the rumor?
Oh well, things.
Let me see if I can break this down
supposedly the one who
and see how this
discovered
is
that
even
body.
a worse idea. Okay, let's say he does do this, right? The first place he's going to target is Twitter, then Facebook, then MySpace, if people still remember that at that age.
Come on, it was
let's see what else. Instagram,
right in range.
TikTok.
Yeah, basically forcing people to delete, forcing social media platforms to delete accounts of people who are under 14, and they're requiring like a very bizarre level of identification and to make that happen. I think like this is the kind of thing that should never be in the hands of social media platforms, just never. And people in Mississippi and Texas and Florida and whatnot have been trying to get places like Pornhub to try and register people's IDs with them.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
like fuck you. Why should it be?
It's like we're not gonna try and take. Like they've refused. They're like, no, we're not gonna handle people's information like that. Like, why would you think like the government has data breaches. Why would you think that it'd be a good idea for regular ass websites, much less, porn websites, to hold on to people's IDs like that? Or to even receive them in the first place, even if they don't hold on to them,
Right. And think about how many porn websites there are out there that people could easily get into and find out.
It's like these days we just just find a website and where they don't require that.
Right.
It's
and
I'm not gonna.
Thinking about also,
I'm not gonna give you my. I'm not gonna give you my fucking ID.
This is also another way people could blackmail tons of people too. Like, think about that's another thing. Like, think about it. Never mind the amount of porn sites there are. Think about the amount of fetishes there are. Like, there's like vanilla. There's like different amount of poses. Then there's the cosplay. Then therere's the role playing, and then there's
million part porn.
Then there's
I wonder if that's why she looks so down.
There's like schoolgirl, then there's toys, and there's BDSM, then there's vomit. It's like there's so much you could blackmail just one person with.
Yeah.
Never mind 100 people.
Hey, Yukiko,
Like,
are you
imagine
helping
if
out at the inn today too?
Well, imagine if some high schooler hacked a guy's
Things are really out of hand right
computer
now.
in their
I'm
math
sorry.
class. You could imagine how much trouble he'll get into if he.
You looked up deep. You looked up deep fake videos of Gal Gadot getting banged in the ass by John Cena.
Right, like imagine what would happen if you released that data to the entire school. Like, not only would he be like very, very distraught, the parents would be mad, the principal would be mad, he would be arrested for doing illegal shit in the first place. That's not going to stop him though. Imagine there's going to be other moments, not just school. Like, not just high school. Think about college and universities. Think about jobs. People trying to get hired. People trying to get into another position that's higher than them.
Well,
what about people trying to get a higher pay?
I did.
Think about what about the
seriously saw a
entertainment
girl.
industry. There's already a lot of things going on behind the scenes.
We don't need more potential for data for
soulmate's
compromising
a
data
girl?
breaches. Is essentially the message here.
Right, but this is a lot worse though, because
I couldn't quite tell who it
anything
was,
sexual
but
is
it was a
something that a
girl
lot of
for
people
sure.
hold dear. Like,
Yeah.
imagine
Her hair was
what would
brown,
happen
about
if,
shoulder
say,
length.
you're into
She was wearing
Lolicon
our school
and you are doing
uniform,
a great
and-
job teaching the entire university, right? But then you get that one guy who flunked all your classes, and
I
then
think that's the same person I saw.
and then shows you his laptop with your search history and say, "Hey, if you don't want to
couldn't
lose
make
your
out that much
job, you better
detail,
give me
though.
an A
The
before I
image I
release
saw was much
this to
blurrier.
the entire school campus."
Yeah.
Like, Jesus Christ.
And then you know what? It'd be funny if that guy if his
Wait,
wife was
so
like
you saw it
4
too?
feet tall and was one of those tiny
And we saw the same girl?
tiny Asian women.
How should I know?
It's like I look
How about
I
you?
look
Did
up
you
this
see it?
stuff because it's exactly like my wife. Oh. Well, what do we say to that then?
Well, even then, like, there's gonna be some sort of like down.
No, I know. I'm just writing a comedy sketch in my head.
But you know what they say: comedy often imitates reality.
Oh yeah. Now speaking of something that is essentially impossible to make up. So, today at work, a guy came in with a shitload of tattoos, like absolute fucking boatloads of them, all over his forearms and body. And I'm like, usually I don't look at him, but on one arm I saw a hang on.
It sounds like we all saw the same person. But weird
On
voices
one arm,
aside,
I
was
saw
that about getting
SS
sucked into
lightning
your
bolts.
TV?
On the other arm was a fucking Superman logo. On his face was a double teardrop, and on the other arm, right above the SS
Were you
logo,
that
was
tired
a
last
Star
night?
of David with a
You must have just
swastika
fallen asleep
inside
in
of
front
it.
of your TV.
That's random.
Huh.
I know! And he had a bunch of other tattoos. One of them was of Woody Woodpecker.
Dream, though.
Literally,
have
just straight up
questions.
fucking Woody Woodpecker.
that man is cute.
You do a better Woody Woodpecker than me,
Because
Gizmo.
your TV was too small? That's
But,
pretty
like,
realistic.
the
If it
fucking-
had been bigger.
The fucking SS logo and the Star of David with the swastika and the Superman. Like,
been talking
what
about
even
buying
is
a bigger
this?
Dude, you know
Who
what
are
is better?
you?
You know
And
what
he
is-
smelled
are
like
you?
weed. He smelled
yeah?
like the dankest
Flat
weed
screen
in the
TVs are
fucking
definitely
world.
in these
That
days.
Like, he
explains the
came
fact
in
that
Check them out on the way back.
and
We're
he
beefing up our
sounded
electronics department
like he
this month.
was perpetually stoned forever. Or it was like, he was like, oh, dude,
My parents don't know anything about electronics.
dude, I'm
I
getting,
just got-
dude, I want like extra meatballs. Gotta give me extra cheese, man.
We've got some pretty big ones in stock.
I don't know what
But they'd be big enough for you to
I
fit
don't know what
into.
this guy's problem was, but something had clearly gone wrong at some point in his life.
that explains so much about the tattoos.
I don't get it.
It's one thing if there's like consistent with the tattoos, like he's got a bunch of Nazi tattoos, he got a bunch of Jews tattoos, he got a bunch of Superman or comic book tattoos or cartoon tattoos. No, he decided to get one of each, as if it were like something off of a fast food menu. He was like,
You know what? I'm
tomorrow-
really into Hitler, Superman, Judaism, and Woody Woodpecker.
Crap, it's expensive.
Oh, and I cry a lot.
I don't know. Rich
Where the fuck
folks?
is he?
Honestly,
I want to
not many
pretend
people
like
shop
I'm
for
an LA
TVs here.
gang member. He might have
That's why
been
we
an
don't
LA
have clerks
gang member.
around.
I don't know. Oh,
You
but
know-
like,
It would have been so
it was
much
so
funnier.
fucking strange.
Well,
It would have been
at
so
least
much
looking's
funnier if
free.
he actually sounded like he had a little pip in his step, like, "Hey, how you doing, guys? I'd like to get a meatball sub." And he's like, "Oh, this tattoo? Oh man,
Nope,
I had
can't
such
get
a
in.
banger of a
Figures.
time getting this tattoo. I'm gonna tell you
This
what."
proves it. It was all
It's like,
just
what
a
the-
dream.
That would have been a lot.
Besides, these
funnier.
flat
This
screen
tattoo's
TVs are
from
so
my time in
thin,
the
you
Waffen
just end up
SS.
on the
It's
other
a long
side.
story. I know I'm way older than I look.
What am I
Oh,
saying?
this is when I just. Oh man, this one was when I dated a
So,
Jewish
Chip,
girl.
what kind of
She
TV are you
wanted me
guys
to
in the
be
market
Jewish
for?
too. There's no way I was
This-
doing that, man.
This is back when
They
I
said
worked
they
for
wanted
DC
one that's
Comics.
cheap. You got any
I
suggestions?
worked on a little comic called Red Hood and the Outlaws. You probably never heard of it.
Well, miss, might I suggest this one over here? It's the newest model, just
Oh,
released
man.
this spring.
What?
Dude, I remember I had a dude.
There's
There
way
had
too
something
many
similar, except it
zeros.
wasn't tattoos. It was muscle.
I should have asked what you meant
Like
by
this
cheap
guy
right off
was
the bat.
like buying a shit
You
ton of
got
candy
connections,
and a
right?
shit ton of junk food. Like,
Come
dude,
on, hook me up.
he bought like bags of
Can't
like
do that.
nerds everything.
Hey, how about
nerds
this one over
rope,
here?
Nerds clusters,
It's a display unit. It's a
grape
little
and
old.
strawberry nerds, sour nerds. It was like we had some leftover.
TV
4th of
this
July
big,
nerds.
you really might be able to go inside.
And
Let's
then-
find out.
And on top of that, he had a bunch of like hot foods, like burgers,
Oh, yeah.
cheeseburgers,
What kind of TV
double
do you-
cheeseburgers, rib sandwiches, chicken sandwiches,
Huh?
fish sandwiches.
Something wrong, Yosuke?
I'm like, is that it, man?
GA,
Like-
I don't mean to disturb you,
What-
but
he was a-
turn
he was a
around.
bodybuilder, wasn't
Look
he?
right
What?
where I am looking.
Was he a bodybuilder?
Yes.
Is his arm
Of course
Like,
he
in
the
fucking
TV?
was.
It was this big
Whoa.
motherfucking like black action
is that
star
some
looking
kinda
motherfucker.
New
Like he
model?
looked like he was about to
Like
give
with
Arnold
a new
Schwarzenegger the
function?
"you son of a bitch" handshake.
Hell no.
And ask me how do I like my ribs.
You
And he
gotta be
just gives-
kidding me.
he
Do you
gives
like
all-
your
Did you
ribs
really
extra
stick your
broken?
hand through the screen?
How do you like your ribs?
Oh,
Like,
man.
at the
This is
moment
for
I
real.
asked him, dude,
That's some
is that
magic
it?
trick, man.
He was like, "Oh yeah, man, thanks for asking. How much
So
is
how's it
this?"
work,
I'm
huh?
like, "Oh, okay,
What's
that's
the
a lot
magician's
more
secret?
cheery than I expected it to be."
Yeah.
I thought he
Both
was
of them
just gonna
are
be
staring
like,
at you,
I
astonished.
thought he was just gonna be like, "Yeah, that's it, man." But he was like, "Oh yeah, thank you very much." for asking.
Don't
That
do
is
that.
it."
What are you doing?
I'm like, "Okay."
Oh my god!
He was like, "Dude, his muscles might as well have muscles on them. I think I saw a gymnasium being built on those fucking biceps." Like, Jesus Christ.
What do you mean inside?
Then he just left with like the biggest smile on his
empty
face, and he decided to tip me a $5 bill.
Oh, nice.
I was about to tell him, "We don't tip here," but like, when he still had that smile. on his
I
face,
am
I'm
not.
like,
Yeah, I was
do you
gonna
mean
say,
spacious?
hey, I am not turning that down.
Yeah, this wasn't on like this
What's
wasn't
going
because we didn't
on?
take tips. I mean, we weren't supposed to in the first place, but we took them anyway. But it was
Holy
because
crap.
like
I think this is all too much for
Dude,
my bladder.
you see a guy that looked like he could eat you with a fork and knife?
I've been holding
you're
it all
gonna,
day.
You're
I
gonna
haven't had
have
a
some
chance to
feelings.
go.
It's like, oh, yeah, it's like, yes. It's like you should take this tip now.
Customers, they're coming.
Like, it looked like he was about to try out some sort of like candy social experiment.
Pull him out, you dumbasses!
Oh man, like he had that big smile on his face. Dude, it looked like it looked like he made his own way.
Now now all three of us are inside of the TV.
Yeah.
Moving on.
Surprisingly, you'd be surprised at how often like bodybuilders wind up eating a shitload of sugar. It's because they burn so many calories. They need something that's packed up with sugars and extra calories to keep them from losing muscle mass. Because the body will start burning muscle mass in an attempt to keep up with the body's caloric intake needs. And so like Eddie Hall, for instance, one of the world's strongest men, and like I think he was like a 2-time winner of the world's strongest man competition. And Eddie Hall eats like just full cheesecakes all at once to meet his calorie intake needs. It's insane, like the amount of calories this guy can eat. Like him and Brian Shaw, I think his name is. They went to a Five Guys and each ordered these giant fucking meals that took like 20 minutes to make for the whole thing, if I'm not mistaken. And they were like, is that all? Like, are you sure? I was like, oh yeah, that's. Whoa. We're not getting anything else.
What now?
Did they eat it in the Five Guys?
They literally did, yes.
Damn.
No, stupid.
The sugar thing makes a lot more sense now.
Yeah, like there are fitness influencers out there who are like, oh, sugar's the devil, and then you see like bodybuilders and sugar and carbs are the devil, blah blah blah. And then you see bodybuilders and like various professional athletes. It's world's strongest men and competition guys, as competitors who's in various things. They're like, okay, so if I don't get like a candy bar or something, I'm gonna start burning muscle and I'm gonna fucking crash.
What are we gonna do?
And it's like it's eye opening to see like what all is necessary for various. For various things, like I don't carb load personally, but I also don't I'm also not completely anti-carb, as my numerous ravings and rantings against the keto diet have communicated.
Wait a minute. Wait, which way did we come in from?
But
yeah,
I need to heal.
I don't see a way in.
I'm gonna heal myself, otherwise I'm gonna fucking die.
What?
Like, it makes a lot more sense than the sour candy thing.
I don't know. Don't ask me. I can't take
I think
this
the sour
anymore.
candy stuff is like the same thing where they use the smelling salts.
So how?
It's them trying to pump up the adrenaline so that they can get like a little bit extra out of themselves.
Yeah, that's what they say, but then like a bunch of other people decide to test it out and like.
I mean, I just like sour apple flavors and stuff like that, so I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a big like sour blue raspberry guy.
Ooh, sour blue raspberry is good.
It sounded like bullshit to me. Like it was one thing if it was like a lot of sugar, a lot of carbs.
Let's cross our fingers and look around.
Sour candy? I don't know about that. Then like I see like a bunch of guys test it out themselves, comparing regular candy and then the sour candy and then just doing the protein powder and then just nothing at all.
Different from where we were before.
Yeah, because I could definitely see like because I use C4 pre-workout before I
What flavor?
Are you sure we're not wandering farther
whatever
away?
flavor, essentially.
I can't be positive, but
although I've got
gotta trust our
I've
instinct
had
a little.
I know,
I
but
had raspberry blue ice for a while and watermelon, but unfortunately, I've gotten down to needing to use up my last couple of tubs of fruit punch.
Hey, is it me
Because
or
I
is the
bought
fog lighter
I
here?
bought a bunch of C4 back during the pandemic because it was
No
all real
service.
cheap at the local
What a
discount
surprise.
store.
Right.
Yosuke,
And,
you're in an alternate dimension. What part of that said there was cell phone service?
can you guys
no,
slow
that was
down
And
a
my
little?
one of the
It's hard enough
yeah,
to
so
see
one of
where
the
you're going.
one of the issues I ran into is that all of it was fucking. It was either or blue raspberry or fruit punch, and I wound. There was less fruit punch than there was. There was more fruit punch than there was blue raspberry.
getting
rather.
creepier and
And so
creepier
now,
the further
now
we
I
go.
am approximately 2 years into a only fruit punch based pre-workout. So that's great. That's amazing. I totally haven't gotten sick of that flavor or anything.
Yosuke's gonna piss on the wall.
I gotta let it out before I piss my pants.
You're going here? Oh, you have got to be kidding.
Turn around! I can't go if everyone's watching.
Moving on from workout talk and talk about people that look like they could literally eat you whole like a damn meat popsicle.
It's all your fault if my bladder bursts.
Apparently
Like I
there's
care.
some. Okay, this is some just catch-up news. Apparently there was some
Anyways, what's with this
reparations talk. Okay, so
Check out these posters.
how many of you
faces
played and
are all
heard
cut
of
out.
the Dead by
Someone must-
Daylight as well as the recent?
Oh yeah, that thing where they were
this chair and rope.
the voice
kind of arrangement
artist,
is
for
never
lack of a
good.
better word,
It's tied in a noose.
who voiced
Is this
a
a scarf?
Monster.
A monster.
on,
Yeah.
let's go back to where we
got
came from and
pissed
look
off
somewhere
that
else
that it
for
was
an exit.
apparently a monster
Yeah.
that
So
that they voiced.
yeah. So for guys who are listening in and don't really get the context, and like here's some needed info. Dead by Daylight is a multiplayer survival
seen
game
that
where
poster
4
before.
survivors are trying to go up against one killer so they could try and escape the area without being as damaged.
Sick of this place.
As damaged as Huggies, without being too hurt.
And I'm not feeling so
which is
good.
basically it. So like sometimes they'll be having fresh
Now
fresh
that you
new ideas
mention
for
it,
monsters,
me too.
but sometimes they'll have guest characters such as Freddy Krueger, Michael Myers, Chucky, the Xenomorph, and so on. One of the new killers is a monster that's called Unknown, as from what I remember. Yeah, the Unknown.
Which is that's fucking hilarious. Coming off of the Willy Wanker shit.
The amazing.
Because that was released. Because that was released right after Willy Wanker's Chocolate Factory got put out.
So,
All right, let's go back.
what happened was that
I'm
a
seriously
trans
starting to
voice
feel
actor
sick.
decided to get in on Dead by Daylight because apparently now we just found out that Dead by Daylight was involved with Sweet Baby Inc. And she didn't know who
Phew.
or what the trans
Finally
actor
made
was
it back
voicing.
here.
Yeah, apparently
Wait,
they didn't have a concept of the character before
There's something over there.
putting out the before putting in voice work for the monster, and
What is this thing? A monkey?
like
Bear?
at some point,
What in the
you
world?
have to say it's just your fucking fault for
That's
not
what I want to know.
for not doing the
Who are
research,
you
know?
guys?
Because, like, I'm not gonna talk about it right now, but I've voiced characters in a couple of video games over the years, and usually I either have a model for the character or a description of the
Yell at me
character
like that.
before I do the recording, and it helps you get into character. You know?
You know, the funny thing is that all I had to do for the character that you have me voice at one point was, you know, what did he
I
look
showed
like? And
you his
yeah, you
image
showed
and-
me it. You showed me an image, and I'm like, oh, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
And
you got it pretty quick.
yes, yes, because it's like it's kind of easy to pick up on things, especially when I'm somewhat savvy. Though,
Yeah.
though here's an interesting thing. We have this character who is a mysterious bear. He is called Teddy. Now, in Japan, he is known as Kuma, which is Japanese for bear. And here's the thing. In Japan, in Japanese, he ends his sentences with Kuma. So, how does that work in American? They give him bear puns to say.
Huh.
I wish I was kidding.
I'm a bear.
No, it works
Can't
though
you
in the
tell?
context.
I
because
live here by myself.
Japan does things differently.
I've always
Yeah.
lived here.
If we were to
doesn't
just
have
have
a name.
Kuma or bear being said in like after every sentence in the English translation, it would just be a little more confusing and be stupid. You know, but because Japan's Japan, it's a little more adorable and more cute.
And Persona 4 has this thing where it's like the only consistent voice actors
live here
that have played their characters in every game that they've been in were Johnny Young Bosch, the voice of our protagonist here, Yuri Lowenthal, the voice of his sidekick Yosuke Hanamura, and Amanda Wynn Lee as Yukiko Amagi.
Move on.
Everybody else has been replaced since the first entry. And Teddy is definitely no exception. He was once voiced by Dave Wittenberg, but now he is voiced by Sam Riegel.
Someone's been throwing people in here. It's a big headache.
Basically, if you want to voice act, make sure you know who you're damn well voice acting. Otherwise, you get what you fucking deserve.
Yep.
Yeah. Because the actor, the whoever it was, the voice artist, was was asking for reparations for voicing this monster character that like steals people's skin.
Yes.
And you know,
I don't know who's doing it. I just want them to think before they go
you got
doing
fucking
things like
paid. This is one of the best jobs in the fucking world, man.
What's your problem?
Like
Who gives you the right to yell at us like that?
Yeah.
Not even like a guest appearance character.
What
like
are
Freddy.
you?
You got
Where
to
are
play as one of the brand new characters.
What the heck is going on here?
And you're mad because you didn't ask the right questions.
Yeah.
I already told you. Anyways, you should hurry
He's
back.
basically mad at why does she look like
what
me?
it comes down to is you want us to get out of here, right?
That's a you problem.
Yeah, like what I usually think about, you know, first off is like, you know, what am I getting paid? How much work is this gonna be?
That's why I'm saying I'll let you out.
That kind of thing.
I keep saying,
right.
we don't know where the frickin' exit. Wait, what?
And if it's a high enough pay for anything, you know, it's a matter of like, okay,
Where did those TVs come
just
from?
do the work. Who the hell cares what it's for, honestly?
Who the hell cares who it is?
Okay, now go, get out of here. I'm a busy bear.
What's going on now? Whoa! Hey! What are you doing?
Stop pushing.
And what's funny is that I was gonna say Ricky Gervais, but you know you should know what I'm talking about. Ricky Berwick.
Yeah.
Yeah, like he made fun of it too. And people are trying to get him in trouble and cancel him, but then he reveals that
Lol, LMAO, they're trying to cancel a fucking crippled guy over a joke.
Yeah, how does that sound in your fucking resume? Yeah, Anita Sarkeesian's not gonna fuck you.
I wouldn't want.
Attention shoppers.
I don't think I could
Our
live
daily
with myself.
limited time sale will now begin at the side dish area on the first
Next
floor.
Smash too, but
Why not try the
there's far
delicious
worse
fresh
way-
produce
there's far
Junette's
worse
picked for
things
you
and
this
better
morning
things
as
you
your
can do.
side dish for dinner tonight?
That's
All ages are invited to take advantage of this incredible bargain.
And you posted this. You were talking about how the apex homosexual was trying to get involved in a Gamergate too.
Oh yeah, yeah. Fucking Matt Walsh.
like we were
yeah, I
in
think we
for
talked about
quite a
this a little bit
while.
last week, but yeah, Matt Walsh. Matt Walsh was saying it's a good thing somebody's finally looking at wokeness in video games.
How would you know?
Okay, grifter.
Yeah, stupid fuck.
Welcome to 10 years ago.
People want to talk about how Craig's the grifter. No, this guy doesn't give a shit about video games and think that video games.
No,
are
he
the
says.
downfall of
He
humanity.
says that video games cause mass shootings.
Yeah, and they say Craig is the grifter. Craig plays games.
right.
Craig made a website about games. Craig held a convention just about hanging out and playing games. Craig held official tournaments with an officially made belt.
Now I remember where I saw that poster.
Yeah, you can say a lot of things
Look
about
over there.
about that,
That's
but like
the poster we saw.
at least Craig gave half a shit, you know?
Yeah, he gave a lot of shits. Walsh, on the other hand, he doesn't care if he think. It doesn't matter to him if the Wii can play Halo 3. Video games are all the same to him. He's the kind of guy who will look at a PSP and say, "Is that a DS?"
Is that your Game Boy?
What's
He's
up
the
now?
same kind of
The only
guy.
game you should be boying is Jesus.
Like, okay, there are some things
Hey,
that
you're
that
right.
Matt
They're
Matt
the
Walsh I
same.
can get behind.
I couldn't
like,
tell before without
stop
the
being
face,
forced-
but it was Miss
like,
Susan
stop being
Haragi.
forced into calling guys girls and girls guys. Like, fuck you. If I
Matt-
want to call you something, I'll tell you something.
Yeah,
You
here's the
deserve my-
thing.
You
It's
don't
like that's
deserve my respect. You earn my respect.
yeah.
You know?
But if I'm gonna go with anybody here from the Daily Wire about that, I'm gonna
She's
go with
been
Jordan
all over the
Peterson's
news
stance,
lately.
honestly, because
Yeah.
Jordan Peterson and not only enunciated the entire point earlier than Matt Walsh, he also did it with far
More class.
far more class and more clarity.
The documentary he made, I get what he was trying to do, but some of it was really odd.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
what is a woman? You know, you're out. Okay, I like the fact that you've gone to the people who say that, oh, anybody can be a woman and will not
Something
care what a
about
woman
her
is.
you have to
husband
ask
having an
the
affair
right
with that
questions,
announcer
but, like,
lady
Yeah.
who
like,
died
at some
the
point
other
in time,
day.
and like you start realizing, okay, like this guy's just a fucking idiot.
Yeah, there's a thing called staying in your lane, and
so does
video
that
games
mean-
is not your lane.
That weird room we saw.
Like, where were
Could
you
it be
when
related
Jack
to that
Thompson
Yamato
said
lady's
that
death?
video games are turning people into mass shooters? I bet you were on the sideline saying, "Yeah, that's right." You know, where
Except
were
no,
you
it
when-
isn't.
Yeah, except it's not. Yeah, like no duh. But who actually does fucking believe that turns people into mass shooters except Karens
Now
and
that I think about it,
and the
there's
occasional
that
Jack
creepy
Thompson.
noose
Hi, Mom. I
hanging from
brought
the
another
ceiling.
girl home. We're going to sleep in my bed now. No, it's not anything sexual. Shut up. That almost makes it more weird. Shut up. Your mother, you should stop telling me to shut up. And that's fair.
Okay, McFly.
Yeah, stop. No more. We gotta
Mom
stop
says,
talking about this.
because they told me you were
I'm gonna wipe
executed.
what
Don't
happened
worry your
today from
mother
my
like
brain.
that. And it was like,
I don't think my
don't
poor heart
worry
can
you.
take
They,
anymore.
there was a fucking kangaroo court. I didn't have any choice. You know the day I've had, Mother. I've traveled through time. I've gone down a fucking toilet. Landed in the fucking
I'm feeling a chill too.
past,
Let's
present,
go
and
home.
future.
I
Now I
wanna
have
lie
to
down
stop a
and
lava
rest.
monster from taking over the earth.
So Jeremy Baramy.
Yeah, there's another day in Florida.
Yeah, Matt Walsh, just shut the fuck up and stay in your lane.
Hey,
Don't talk about
welcome
video
home.
games or comic books because we know the moment you spout about them, you're going to be wondering why comic books aren't 5 cents a piece again.
No, he's not an artistically minded fellow. He's he's one of those people who ceded the arts
But have you heard
to
anything
people
about a student named Saki Konishi?
have no place in the arts long ago, and because he thinks that they're beneath him. He's one of those pick up sticks and watch paint dry. Like,
to be honest,
he's the kind of
we got
guy
a
who
call
watches
from her
Sonic the
family.
Hedgehog the movie and
She's
wonders
disappeared.
why Sonic won't just kill Eggman.
We've got people looking for her, but she hasn't
Okay,
been found
first
yet.
off, it's a children's movie, so
Yeah, and not only that,
my point.
yeah, not only that, Sonic
Work just
is
keeps
not the
piling
type
up.
to really just go around murking people.
And now, more on the case still casting a shadow over the foggy
No,
town
but
of
that's
Inaba.
the joke. He doesn't get it.
Not
Like
long
there's
ago,
there's like
television
there's like
announcer
plot,
Mayumi
there's character,
Yamano
there's
was
reasons
found
why
dead in the small
they
town.
won't or will
Up
do
until
certain
now,
things,
her
and
whereabouts prior
especially if
to
they're
her death
following
had
the
been
lore.
unknown.
Like he's the
But
same
the
kind of
police
guy who's wondering
investigation has found
why
that she had
Spider-Man
been
has to
staying
cover
in the
up his
region's
face. It's
famous
like you don't fucking
Amagi
get it.
Inn.
You know, have you
She
ever
had
read a
apparently
Spider-Man
been staying
comic?
there
Have you ever read a comic? Period.
Perhaps she was taking a
He's the kind of
vacation to
guy who
recover
will
from
look at
her
an NES
Oh,
controller
yes,
and ask,
the
"What the
Amagi
fuck
Inn.
is this high-tech
Their hot
monstrosity?"
springs are first rate. The manager's
He'll look
teenage
at a
daughter
phone
also
machine
works
and
there,
ask,
and
"What
it's rumored
trickery
that
is
she'll
this?"
take over the inn this spring. If that happens,
Like, dude,
she'll be
the
one of the youngest
Like,
managers
dude,
on
okay.
record.
Burn the witch. I'm sorry, my voice.
Book another
I'm
trip
sorry,
there.
my voice was too deep to be Matt Walsh.
I see.
Like I'm totally
Moving
behind
along,
what Jordan
it's time for
Peterson
the
is
weather
doing,
report.
and
The
I
rain has
will.
begun to subside.
And there are one or two things I'll agree with that come out of Matt Walsh's mouth.
From now
You
until
know,
morning,
like the
heavy
whole
fog
"what's a
warnings will
woman"
be in
thing.
effect
You
in
can't
the
just
Inaba
use
region.
the word to define itself because that's what he's
Visibility will
basically
be
trying to
severely
say.
reduced,
You know,
so
that's
please
what
be
people are
careful if you
doing.
plan on driving
What's a
in
woman?
the area.
Oh, it's something that people identify as. Okay, well, it's a woman. It's something that a woman identify as. But what is it?
Yeah.
When he's doing that, he's asking the right questions and he's doing it in the right way because people aren't answering the question. Stuff like that, I'll agree with him with. The moment he started trying to get into video games, like how Sargon of Akkad ironically thought that Donald Trump should mention Gamergate. No fucking
I mean,
thank you.
Like here's the thing.
That
Sargon
was a
actually
joke.
is a gamer,
He
and
is a gamer,
frankly,
but the fact
I
that he
was
thought that
I
Donald Trump
I
should
thought that
bring it
was
up.
funny.
I thought it was funny in the most wrongest of ways because he meant that like dearly. He thought that Donald Trump should outright mention Gamergate. Why? He doesn't even like video games.
Well,
He's
no,
another one of
it's
those guys
here's
who
the
thought
thing.
that
Here's the
video
thing.
games
It would be
Is
it
the
would be
ramen
funny
ready
if that
now?
happened though, and like it would cause
it some more
the
time.
people who have been bitching about this shit to go into a fucking tizzy. Like I
How?
remember
This is coming from a guy
because
who
they blamed us for fucking Trump. Like I remember they blamed Gamergate for Donald Trump's election, and it's like motherfucker. Do you realize I was there
sick?
when the survey
You're
was
probably
taken,
still
and
adjusting to the
most
new
of
environment.
Gamergate was fucking political left.
Nanako, could you get him some cold medicine?
I don't know, man. He should.
Granted, that's the political left of 10 years ago.
He
Things
shouldn't have
have
mentioned it
changed.
to begin
You
with,
should
man.
get to
His
bed
cred
after you
went
take it.
way down, man. Like Earth's core Kong is wondering where that shit's going, kind of like down.
I don't know.
Like,
I'm
is-
still on board with it. I want Donald Trump to tweet about Gamergate too.
Kong. Donald Trump is going to mention Gamergate the same day that feminist frequency turns into a porno site. It's not going to happen.
Okay, we now need to buy feministfrequency.com and find. I think I can work on creating some deep fakes of Anita Sarkeesian.
And if you can find
really
that
need
same,
that.
if you can find that,
Then again, there is a porn star whose entire gimmick is looking like Anita Sarkeesian.
Yeah,
so
I was gonna say if you could find her,
we
and
could
then-
probably hire her.
and she could be like a Bizarro Anita.
Oh, you're up. Well, I'm off.
Yeah.
By the way,
She has to be officially named Bizarro Anita. Moving on. My ass. Anthony Hopkins says his MC role as Odin was pointless acting.
I disagree with heavily.
I mean, that
They put
depends
me
on
in
which
armor,
movie
shoved a
we're
beard
talking
on me.
about.
It goes on. They put me in armor, shoved a beard on me, Sit on the throne, shout a bit. If you're sitting in front of a green screen, it's pointless acting. But most of that acting wasn't really in front of a green screen, wasn't it?
Yeah, and frankly, I'd say Odin is one of my favorite roles of his, and he is one of my all-time favorite actors. Now, frankly, if we're talking about, like we can talk about how, whether or not, I was gonna call it episode 3, whether or not his role in Thor Ragnarok was particularly great, because as the one in Ragnarok, I liked him as Loki Odin, and it's a shame we didn't get more of that. But,
That was funny. The Moni said, "Oh shit."
Dad has to go do something.
It
He
should-
got
Could've
a call,
been.
so he left.
Honestly, I get where he's coming from, because remember when Ian McKellen was doing the whole Hobbit thing?
Yeah, where he was
remember that
having a
breakdown we had?
minor breakdown in the middle of the
Yeah, I can understand.
in the middle of the set. Yeah.
I can understand where he's coming from, honestly, because if you're like in front of green screen,
don't
it's
you?
like,
Did you hear
yeah,
anything?
as an actor, you're
I heard
expected
some
to
yelling, but
act
nothing
with
more.
people,
Total
stare at an
disappointment.
object,
Jeez, you need to
interact
pay
with
more attention to
something
stuff like that.
to make
How
it
else
look
are we supposed to get the
real
juicy
and
stories?
authentic. But the fact he brings up the green screen, I get it, because when you're playing pretend as a kid, you use a ton of shit to make it look and feel real. You know,
Hey,
you
did you
get the
see it
broom
yesterday?
to act as your
Of
horse.
course not. What is
You
that
know,
rumor for
you
real?
get the.
I don't know,
You
but it
try
seems
and
like
make
a lot
a
of people
castle
have
out of
seen
your
it.
Duplo blocks. You try to
I made an
Maybe
oil
Ghost
rig
should
out of
be here
Duplo
after
blocks.
use the Burger King crown as an official crown.
I wonder
You
why
use
they're
that
holding a
one
school
cool looking
assembly all of a
stick
sudden.
as a rifle, and that other cool looking
Hey,
stick as a
Hell
sword.
yeah, I did.
Yeah, and like you can understand
I've still got
why
one of those sticks too.
you can understand why a lot of people.
settle down. The school assembly
Well,
is
you
about
can
to
understand
begin.
why only a few people would understand where you're coming
First,
from.
the
because
principal has something to
when
say.
you're a kid, you do all this because it adds to the immersion. Just like how in Hollywood, animatronics, costumes.
You gotta.
like, hired extras.
Okay, so I can
regret
actually,
to say
I can
that I have
actually
a
speak to
terrible
this as an
announcement
actor
for all of
myself.
you.
When we don't have a final visual in place for a movie,
One of
usually
our
what the director
third-year
does
students,
is describe
Miss
what's
Saki
going to happen
Konishi of
and
Class
say,
3
this is where you need
has
to
passed
look.
away.
Look at this.
Passed
React
away?
to this thing happening. Now, the funny
Miss
thing is,
Konishi was found deceased
the
early
MCU
this
hasn't
morning.
been doing that lately.
No.
Like for a while now, the MCU has been
currently
like,
under investigation
you have
by
to
the
do
police.
this thing, and
If they ask you for your cooperation,
act in front of this
I
green
urge you
screen
as
in
students of
doing
this
that.
school
And
to
like
provide
that's
only the facts.
That's not acting.
that's the whole thing, and it's like they didn't
Alright,
tell
please quiet down.
a lot of the cast
have
of
been assured by the
Endgame that
faculty
Tony Stark's
that there's
funeral
been no
was going to
evidence,
be
so
Tony
mind
Stark's
what you
funeral
say,
because they didn't
not
want
only to the
spoilers to
police,
leak out.
but to any.
I
Fans
understand not
died?
wanting spoilers to leak
How
out.
could
It
this
was the
happen?
biggest movie event of all time.
Not only
Holland.
that, yeah, I was
Yeah.
gonna say, not only that, Tom Holland is infamous for leaking spoilers.
Yeah,
He's
Tom
a dumb-
Holland is the
he's a
reason why
dumbass.
we knew Avengers Endgame was called Avengers Endgame.
Oh, and also the fact that we saw the teaser poster for Avengers Infinity War on his Instagram. It's like,
Yeah.
whoa, so
She died the
dope.
same way as
And
that
he's like,
announcer,
oh,
right?
the camera's on.
Confidential, do not share. Oh,
Well, last time it was from
Yeah.
an antenna, but this
Given
time
to him
she
by
was
Mark
hanging from a
Ruffalo,
telephone pole.
who used to be the
Yeah.
worst secret keeper, for literally leaking out the entirety of Thor Ragnarok
It's
on
gotta be a
his
serial
phone.
murder case.
At least
Yeah.
you didn't leak the entire script.
Someone said the cause of death was some
Who was
unknown
that?
poison.
I think it was the Hawkeye guy.
Unknown.
Jeremy
Come
Renner?
on, this isn't some
I think
I
sci-fi
don't-
I'm
drama.
actually-
I can't remember if Jeremy Renner left a script around by accident or not. I remember that Mark Hamill got in a bunch
By
of
the way,
trouble
did you
with
hear?
Disney
Someone
because
saw a girl
he
that looked like Saki on that
left
midnight
the,
channel. He
Force
said
Awakens
she totally
script
looked like she was
in
in pain.
his
Isn't that scary?
in his
Sounds like someone
hotel
had a
room.
nightmare.
Should've left it in the
and then
garbage.
they never let him see any other script he was involved in its entirety after that. Now, like
The media's been broadcasting their interviews with
gonna
her.
so
refuse it.
Tom
They
Holland,
left it in the
Tom
garbage.
Holland
Maybe they
is
just
an
had Saki on the
interesting and
brain.
unique case where I can see why you wouldn't necessarily let him have access to the full script, but
You still
It's
a
easy
kid
know
to
what
compared to
toss around
everyone else.
theories if you're not
Do
personally
you know what
involved.
happened with Thor
Hey,
1? Kenneth
guys check out
Branagh
the TV last
gave
night?
complete scripts to every member of the cast so that they
Yosuke,
could
not you
know
too.
what was going on and get a feel for the characters
Just
before
listen for a
anything
sec.
else happened.
Something kept bothering me.
Because
I
that's
watched
key.
it
That
again,
is
and
the era of Hollywood he comes from. You have the whole script. You use the whole script to inform
girl on the screen,
performance. You
Saki
know
said.
what's going to happen later, therefore you can use that to lean into what happens
there's
now.
no mistaking it.
That is
Yeah, I'd
a
rather
very
have that.
key
Looked like
element.
she
And
was
as time
writhing
has
in
gone
pain.
on, Marvel has Disney and Marvel,
And then,
you know, whether it's a Marvel Studios
disappeared
production,
from the
whether it's a
screen.
Disney Studios production, whether it's a
you
fucking
heard
Star
Senpai's
Wars
body was found
production,
in a similar
they've
situation as that announcer's,
created
right?
these isolated chunks of
Oh,
movie.
remember that guy you told us about? How he was all excited that his soulmate was the announcer? Maybe, just
that
maybe, but Ms. Yamano might
for
have
some
been on
reason,
that Midnight Channel before she died
it
too.
exists without
What's that
without
supposed
any
to
form
mean?
of context,
Hold
because
on.
they want to be able to
Are you
repurpose
saying
things to be
people who
used
appear
either
on
in
that
other
TV
projects or
die?
in other
I can't say for sure.
just in like
Something tells
bullshit, and like
I just
like
can't
some of the
dismiss it
stuff
as
just
coincidence.
doesn't wind up getting used at all, and some of the stuff winds up getting so severely changed that it's just not. The reshoots are fucking endemic in Hollywood these
Plus,
days.
remember what that
You know,
bear thing said?
that's one of the
How that place was dangerous
one
and
of
we
the many
should leave before
problems
the
that we
fog
have,
clears?
because they want to make it so that they can do as little.
It also said that
They
someone's
want to
been
be
throwing
able to
people
do
in there.
more work later and do as little work having to fit things
And that
into
room
each
with
other
the posters on the wall.
as
It has
possible.
to have
I
something
guess.
to do with the
It's-
announcer's death. I mean, don't you think there's some
Give me
kind of
the-
connection
give me the
there?
entire script. Like, just give
Couldn't
me
that
like
world in the
a
TV
napkin
have
is not
something to
enough for
do
me.
with Senpai? Well, what do you think?
I don't know about you. But I prefer the old school.
There was a funny,
So it's not just
there's
me,
a funny
huh?
part on some Instagram bit. It's between Tom Holland and Jake Gyllenhaal and Sebastian Stan.
There is a
Where
connection, and it's a good.
oh,
bet
and
the
also
two of them
Ryan
went
Reynolds
inside
was
that
mixed in
world.
there.
Okay.
So Jake Gyllenhaal
That
was
would
looking at
explain
the
the
script of
posters in that room.
Spider-Man Far From Home, and then he's like, I just
Which
realized
means,
I'm
if
not
we look
playing
around,
Spider-Man.
we might find a place that has something to do with Senpai too.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull up the bit from the TV
Now-
tropes.
Now the funny, I think there's no better example of a project that got completely
Yosuke,
fucked in
don't
editing
tell me.
than Falcon
Yeah.
and the Winter Soldier,
I'm
because
thinking about
that
going in again.
show is so full of continuity
find out for
errors.
myself.
Continuity errors within the same episode. Actually, you know, Secret Wars has completely surpassed Falcon and the Winter Soldier, because Secret Wars is riddled with ADR and shit like that. It's actually impressive, because Marvel has made so many changes to things after they've already been finished, you know? I don't get it.
Don't do this. You should just let the police handle this and...
You think we can
Yeah.
rely on the police? They haven't. Besides, even if we told them about the world inside
Like,
the TV, there's no way they're
and this is
gonna
part of the
believe us.
reason why people are wondering, like, how did things like Dune
If I'm
and Rebel
completely
Moon
off base
wind up
with
looking
this,
as good as they do?
That's fine.
And it all comes down to, you know what you want ahead of time,
It's just-
and
I need to know why
You-
Senpai had to die like this.
make sure that you stick with that all the way through.
Yosuke.
That's it.
After what I've seen and what
That's
I've
all.
put together,
That's
there's no way I can
literally,
ignore it now.
there's literally nothing else to it. Make sure you've got it all
Sorry,
hammered out before
but
you
you're the only
start
person who
doing
can help me.
things that are expensive. You know,
Right. Next subject.
Hey, buddy. Come to the other side of the bar.
I'm gonna go
You're
get ready.
here.
I'll
I'm
be
not
waiting.
talking about that. I'm not talking about that.
Okay, so there's
Well,
taking.
neither-
Kind of understand.
Neither
how
is
he
Gumroad,
feels.
apparently. We have another website going
Can't
against
be
adult,
sure we'll be able to get
adult
it
content.
safely again.
It was Patreon, then it was...
What should we do?
No, it was just Patreon. But now it's Gumroad.
Yeah.
Huh?
Gumroad is going to ban not safe for work.
Anyways,
actually,
let's go to
as of
we
reading
can't
this,
leave Yosuke alone.
was going to ban not safe for work content the day after it was announced. I'm reading the rules about not safe for work content on Gumroad. In accordance with the policies of our payment processing partners, including Stripe
It's always
and
fucking
PayPal.
Stripe.
Yeah,
It's always fucking PayPal.
and we do not allow sales of sexually
guys
explicit
came.
content. What is sexually explicit content?
We came to
Sexually
stop
explicit
you,
content
idiots!
is media that is created for the primary purpose of sexual gratification. Fetish content, media with characters depicted in sexual situations, or content that is clearly produced for titillation. The fact they use that word. If your products can be understood as being
Come on,
primarily
you
for
really
sexual
shouldn't do
purposes,
this. It's
then
too
they are not
dangerous.
eligible to be sold on Gumroad. To be clear, this includes all types of media: photography, videos, animations, illustrations, written media, audiobooks, and audio products. This can include, but is not limited to, avatars in compromising or sexual positions, or avatars that
I know,
advertise not
but
safe
we
for
were
work
able to
uses,
come back
or
once,
explicit
right?
modifications like breast extensions, animated pornographic videos, fetish-driven content,
If we go in from the same
financial
location, maybe we'll meet that bear
content,
again.
sketches / artwork
Maybe
where the
isn't good
content
enough.
focuses sexual gratification, videos with lingerie or nudity,
I can't just act like everyone
erotica
else and
or
pretend this
roleplay
has
audio,
nothing to do with me.
adult comics with nudity or sexual acts, cosplay / boudoir / lewd photography that's focused on sexual activity. They've given everybody literally 1 day to fix their current Gumroad accounts and remove everything that has to do with NSFW
That's
or
true,
adult
But
content.
What about you?
I mean, I heard about
Could
that.
you just walk away?
They didn't tell anybody about this. This wasn't even like an announcement. They just changed the rules one day and gave everybody 1 day to try and fix everything.
Yeah, it'll be just you and me.
So, is
Don't worry,
PayPal
I'm
just
not
hate
going in
money?
without a plan.
The-
Huh?
the-
what's that?
like, okay,
A rope?
We'll go in with this tied to me.
Patreon. We know
So
Patreon.
I want you to
wasn't
hold
against
on
it
to
from the
this
start.
and
It
wait
wasn't
here.
It wasn't until PayPal got
What?
involved that they
Then this
decided
is
to
a
tell them,
lifeline?
no,
Come on,
not
wait a
for
sec.
content. Otherwise, we won't help you out.
Yeah, this
is
should
for you.
really become a constitutional issue because there should be
I
no
thought it might be.
the fucking
All right, let's go.
Why is
the
this
fucking
even an
payment
issue anyway?
processor
One
should
more
have
time.
no
Chie,
say
whatever
in
you do,
who
don't
can get
let go
what.
of the.
You know?
Why is this even an issue anyway? We have a
Hey,
lot of
I said
sexual
wait!
stuff from everywhere else that can be bought. Like, okay, so we have porno sites. Brazzers exists, right? Zone has its own merch
Yeah.
shop. Let's see, what else is there? Hentai, need I say more? Dojenshi's, Hentai Games, unofficial merch like the pillowcases,
See? I
sex
knew
dolls,
this wasn't gonna work.
fleshlights, dildos. You can literally buy them everywhere, online
Now
and
what?
offline. So why is it different that it's people that are creating this stuff at home rather than, say, I'm getting 50 Shades of Grey from Half Price Books and I'm paying with my PayPal?
Yeah.
Oh, I just
Why-
remembered how the
this-
joke
why is it
went.
any different?
And guys,
Look, this is
so
the same
Jake
place as
Gyllenhaal
last
posted a
time.
video of
So they all
himself
connect
reading a
from place to
Mysterio
place.
Spider-Man comic on his Instagram, which he created solely to make that post.
You
So,
guys,
oh,
why'd you come
then,
back?
so then, and he's like, I just realized I'm not playing Spider-Man. Then Ryan Reynolds comes in and he's like, I just realized I'm not playing Spider-Man. And then Jake's like, you're not even Ryan Reynolds anymore. And then Tom is like,
You're the ones behind this.
I just realized I'm playing Spider-Man. And then Sebastian Stan's like, oh. He just rolls his eyes.
You're that thing from last time.
Okay.
I'm just like,
wait, what the hell did you just say?
Exchange was kind of funny. I'm not gonna lie.
Now, something. Speaking of Sebastian Stan, I remember everybody was saying he should play Luke Skywalker if they decide to do like young Luke Skywalker content, and I very much agree with them. I think he'd be a good fit for the role, but something I can't agree with is.
But he doesn't even look like young Luke Skywalker.
This is the second time you guys
they were gonna cast
here.
a guy who sounded like Han Solo for the Han Solo movie.
But he does look like young Luke Skywalker. All you need to do is just give him a shave and some blonde hair.
That's the stretch.
You guys must be the ones throwing the people in here.
Yes, we're gonna be intimidated by the cute mascot who's threatening to beat us up.
Something that I can't abide by is people saying that the bad reception that Solo, a Star Wars story, got was what led to him using CGI Luke in Mando, because they were testing out that technology before Mando came out, right?
All this talk about
Disney shoehorned it into every single project they'd put out.
Does he mean
like since Captain America: Civil War? I think.
Did that someone throw those two in here? Hey, what do you think?
Thinking about like the Red Skull reveal.
No, I'm talking about Civil War.
Yeah.
Because that was the one that Tony.
Let's assume he's telling the truth.
Yeah, Tony was de-aged in.
Yeah.
Could it be that someone's throwing people in here intending to kill them? If that's the case...
Don't speak, Yosuke!
What are you guys mumbling about? Why'd you come here anyways?
Is no one else like concerned about this though? About the
it's a one-way door.
About
you
the
can't
PayPal
get out once
thing.
you're in.
Like,
oh yeah, absolutely. I don't want people telling me what I can't spend my money on. And even if it's not something that I'm actually going to spend my money on, I'm like, come on.
Don't
remember how
funny, though?
I had to let
like
you
I
guys
said
out?
before, you can literally buy all this other stuff anywhere else.
Yeah, whatever.
Like the sex
we
toys,
don't need your help
the
this time.
books, the
See,
comics,
this
the
time we have a
movies.
life.
You could literally.
What?
I could literally go. If I had, if I wanted to, I could
better
literally
let us
just
out
go to
once we're done
browsers
investigating here.
and just put some money on my PayPal.
I'm the one who wants to
investigate.
I've
Okay,
lived here
so
for a
Ant-Man
long
was the
time,
first one
but it's never
to
been
do
noisy like
the
this till
CGI
now.
de-aging.
Do you
I
have
thought that was
proof?
just makeup that they put on.
Prove to me you're not throwing people in here.
Michael Douglas, but yeah, that's actually kind of impressive. But yeah, so every movie since Disney's put out since Ant-Man, essentially, he has had CGI de-aging in it. It like Civil War, Rogue One, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Pirates of the Caribbean 5, Ant-Man 2, Captain Marvel, infamously,
This isn't like last time when we
Avengers
came by
Endgame,
accident. We're dead
Rise of Skywalker, Black Widow, No Way Home,
Listen up, because people
like
have died
all
in our
kinds
world.
of shit.
Every time the
Like
fog
Disney,
appears, a dead body
Disney
shows
made
up.
or Disney
It has to
related
be related to
content
this place
and has
somehow.
been using
If
it
you know
for
something, tell
years now, and people saying
dead
like they
body?
had CGI
the fog appears?
Han and sorry, no, they had CGI Leia and CGI Tarkin, and then they had like CGI this, that, and the other thing all over the place.
I know that if it's foggy on your
Like Tron
side,
Legacy was the first movie that
fog
used it, and they
lifts
basically they took 5 years to bring it back.
it's really dangerous when the fog lifts. That's when the shadows get violent. I get it.
Huh? If you get it, then explain it to us, damn it.
Okay, Teddy, now, I have to stress this to you. Explain this to Yosuke like he's retarded.
If it's foggy on our side,
He
it
is.
isn't in here.
Also, since
That's why I
Finally-
said that.
Also,
That's why I
really
said
put
to
this
hurry
up.
back. It's dangerous when that
I don't
happens.
know what video this was from, and I could care less because the comments is fucking funny. Someone put in a comment on this video saying, "Thank you for including bananas for scale." James Gunn then responds, "I think he's protecting these bananas from my mouth." The guy responds saying,
What?
Okay,
yeah,
no more
what?
questions.
Yeah.
Is this 2010 again? Because that's incredibly fucking random.
Yes.
Oh,
I
man.
know you guys did it. You better start right now.
Remind me where did I put that? Because I think I know. I'm trying to remember the context behind that. So let's see.
Some nice news. Katamari Damacy turns 20.
Oh, cool.
Na 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 na.
I told you we're not the ones doing it.
Damacy.
Oh, I skipped something. Okay.
Na 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 na.
I want another
Why are
Katamari
people
Damacy game.
doing competitive Katamari Damacy?
Oh, so we ended up saying like James Gunn says the Guardians of the Galaxy trilogy is centered around Rocket, and yeah, I knew you
So
were gonna
that's-
say that. Which
So
so that's
not
a fucking
true.
lie. He then later says, "I said to Kevin Feige before Volume 3 came out, can you believe we've spent all this time, effort, blood, and tears, and hundreds of millions of dollars creating an epic trilogy that is essentially the origin of how a creator came to be known as Rocket Raccoon?"
I'm just saying, you might be the culprits.
Hang on, they already called him Rocket Raccoon before that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that
but
was
here's
literal.
the
That was
Yeah,
his
but-
literal
He
debut
didn't
name.
like being called Rocket
a raccoon. No, he just
But
didn't like being called the raccoon. And he only accepted being called a raccoon by the end
place
of it,
anyways?
but just because he
It looks
found
like a
out that
TV
was
studio.
actually what he was.
Yeah.
That was when he went into the
Something
High
being filmed here?
Evolutionary's ship, and I'm like,
Which is frankly
Dipshit.
better than the origin that it had in the comic, because let's just say he's not a raccoon,
weird
he's
show
something
being filmed
else,
here?
and
He's an alien.
frankly,
Weird
that's
show?
just dumb. Like he's an alien that happens to
I'm
look like a
asking
raccoon,
if someone's been
and why wouldn't he
filming the
just
people
be
that
like
get thrown in here?
a space raccoon? And like space raccoons
world
would
has
not be
always
the
been
biggest
like this.
stretch of the imagination,
one has ever
guys.
done
I would have
that
liked it either
filming.
way if he found out that he was either
Only
from
me and
an
Shadows are
earthly
here.
race,
I told you
or he just so
before.
happened to look like something that Quill, his best friend.
We
was
don't know
from.
what these shadow things are. Or
yeah,
what
but the
you are
thing
either,
is,
for
it's
that
just
matter.
like,
You keep telling us to prove our innocence, but you're the most suspicious thing here.
if they were really
Maybe
that
you're the real
dedicated
culprit.
to spending in quite a bit of time just to build up the origin of how Rocket decided to come up with his
with that
name
stupid
being
costume?
Rocket Raccoon,
I'd say it's time
I'd
you
say
showed your
maybe
face.
he kind of, allude to it a little, but
Whoa!
they never
One
did.
of my
All they-
problems with it is that Quill essentially just starts calling
hell are
Rocket
you?
his best friend out of nowhere
Yeah.
in the third movie, and the development didn't happen.
It's
No,
empty
it didn't.
inside.
Like, Rocket was mostly separated from Quill, and most of Quill's development was with Gamora.
Me? The culprit?
Yeah.
I wouldn't do such a thing.
And then they threw that away and didn't bring her back, even though they brought her
I just
back.
live here.
Yeah.
Really odd.
I just want to live here peacefully.
Guardians 3 should have ended with them getting back together, even if the Guardians did split up,
Okay.
because
I'll
they
believe
should have
that you guys aren't the
redeveloped
culprits.
the relationship. They should have had, and rather than having Quill be a fucking
But
alcoholic
I want you to find the real
dumbass,
guy who did
he
all
should have
this. You have to
he should have
stop
been
him.
kicking ass. He should have been and like
Promise
just
me.
kind of numb to it all.
else-
You know, he's just like yeah, space hero shit, whatever.
And
I'm
let,
gonna
and
let
don't
you
even
guys
get
out
me started on fucking Adam Warlock. God, how they
Adam
assassinated
Warlock
hair
shouldn't have been
care.
in that fucking movie.
They gutted his character open like a goddamn filet-o-fish.
This can't keep going on. My home here will be a complete
You
mess.
could have introduced Adam Warlock as a formidable foe, dude. This is the same guy who went toe to toe with Thanos.
Yeah, he gathered the remaining heroes and villains on Earth to go fight against Thanos when he snapped everybody.
We have the main characters of an RPG behind us.
This is one of the very
means-
few characters that could actually wield the Infinity Gauntlet with no problem.
Really
He
weirding
made
me out.
he became the glam
These
rock
guys are
space
giving you
god.
trouble. Hello, I'm Ozzy, one of Lord Magus' 3 generals, and to his enemies I grant death. I'm trying to do an Ozzy Osbourne impression and I'm failing.
No, you gotta
It
be more.
seems
You
you
gotta
will
be less
encounter a
comprehensible, and we
misfortune
don't know
at
what
your
the fuck you're talking
destination.
about. Then
And
you're
a
Ozzy.
great mystery will be
Hey,
imposed
bro,
upon
they
you.
go both. They go both.
You're not
You're
the real
the only
Ozzy.
ones I can
The
ask.
real Ozzy is our
Will you
mascot
promise
up in
me?
the right-hand corner.
The real Ozzy speaks
Thank
in
you.
gibberish.
The real Ozzy
Bear.
Osbourne was sadly in the
Holding a gun to
Ghostbuster
our
remake.
heads. But it's true that we came here to
Ozzy
figure
was
things out.
made along the way.
So far, we're completely in the dark.
I hope he got
Look for
paid
the
a lot
culprit,
for that.
huh?
Oh,
Bring
let's
it on,
hope
might
he
as well
got
introduce
paid half the
ourselves.
movie.
I'm Yosuke Hanamura, and this is my buddy.
Sekai, he got ran over by a truck and got transported into this world.
You got a name?
Please, someone hit me with the truck so I can land in the
Figures.
any other town.
But how
other
are we
than
supposed to
fucking
find the culprit in
California.
the first place?
I don't know.
Gizmo, what if you end up in a world like Konosuba?
Oh,
Take
but
him
I know where
to
the last person
Detroit.
came in.
Hit me with the car
Yeah,
again.
I mean, actually, Konosuba City also.
The last person.
No,
You mean
no,
Silent
Gizmo.
Hill?
Oh, what if you end up in Detroit?
I mean the person
Hit
who
me with the
came in
car
and
again.
disappeared last time. I don't know the name.
What if you end up in
Well,
Super
it is Motor
Detroit?
City.
Well, I'll take you
Say that
there.
again, Alex.
You might find clues.
It is Motor City. There are plenty of cars there.
Yeah, hit me with the isekai truck, please.
Oh, one
Remember
thing.
that
No,
Disney
no,
You two should
Gizmo,
put
Gizmo.
these on.
City?
Oh, all you'll be doing is going to Super Detroit?
Is that like Super Jail?
Yes.
Yes!
Then
Those
hit me with the
glasses
truck
for-
again.
Then you'll be going to Super Duper Detroit?
Oh, keep hitting me with the truck until I go somewhere where it's at least a little tolerable.
No, you'll just be
Oh
going
my
to
God.
the varying levels of Detroit.
How have you guys been losing to the
Whoa.
fucking skeleton mob? These guys suck.
The difference is like night
You know,
and
it
day.
doesn't suck.
With these
Someone has made
They'll help you walk through
Sonic
the fog.
Overture 95, a 32-bit
I've been
inspired
here for a
fan-made
long time, so
prequel
you can rely
to
on.
Sonic the
but I can
Hedgehog
only
on
show
Genesis,
you where the place is.
and it's a
Oh,
game
cool.
What
you
happened to
can play
relying
on the
you?
Saturn,
There better not be any monsters, you
Nice.
understand? We brought weapons, but I mean,
and it's in the style
more
of
for show. We just got here. If it's so
it's in
dangerous,
the
why don't
style
you
of-
do
what
something
was it?
instead of relying on us?
Sonic,
No way.
Sonic,
I've got no
what was
muscles.
that game? What was that new game?
I'll
Sonic,
give you guys moral support
Sonic,
from a
Sonic,
safe
what was it?
distance.
The
How's that sound?
Sonic,
Legacy? I don't know.
No, it's like it came before Sonic Superstars.
Okay, guys, before I go on,
Is it
now
the?
that-
It's
should
not
I-
Frontiers.
should I try
No,
touching
no.
Teddy? Should I try
2D1.
pushing Teddy? Or should I try hitting him?
The Origins
him,
collection.
Hit him.
No, it's
You
not
hit him.
like
Okay.
Punch that bastard.
No.
I forgot what it was
Hey,
called,
is
but
this thing for real?
Yes, Yosuke, he is. He's our
Okay,
obligatory mascot.
This is so lame.
I
We
agree.
swore to find the culprit, and this is all the backup we
I
get.
forgot what it's called, but it's a new fan game. It looks pretty cool.
Oh yeah. Can I ask you something?
You know what else is cool?
Who's this
Another
Saki
birthday.
senpai
Castlevania
person?
Bloodlines turns
Someone you
30.
know?
Huh.
That doesn't matter
Okay.
right now.
The
You know,
Sega
the only-
Genesis Castlevania game,
Anyways,
Yeah,
at
the
least
only
now we
Sega
know
Genesis
Senpai might have been
Castlevania
thrown in
game,
here.
Sadly.
which is odd.
Very.
Maybe we can find
You
more
know, I get the-
information too.
You
Let's
know,
get
the, Gizmo, the narrative that Some Call Me Johnny invented for the Belmont's clash with Dracula before he got to playing Lament of
Oh no!
Innocence
More skeletons. Whatever. they're like.
was
What is this place?
essentially
It looks just
a
like the
Dracula
shopping
stole the
district.
Belmont's
I guess
lawnmower
the Megazord sequence has
and
been initiated.
And the Belmonts are in a clash with Dracula
What's
until
going on
he gives
here?
back the lawnmower.
Fuck your
Some
mower.
weird places have appeared here recently. Things are getting so tangled, I don't know what to do.
By the way, why are you standing so far from us? You better not be planning to hightail it if something does come up.
Some other news. Japanese Game Preservation Society is selling off rare items
close, you know,
to fund its vital work. So it looks like there's an organization trying to work on game preservation in Japan, and they are sadly but necessarily having to sell off
out of
a
all the
lot
places
of
in
Japanese
town,
stuff,
why'd they replicate this
such as some Sega CD games on Yahoo Auctions.
Oh, Gizmo. Before we continue on that with Nintendo news, I have heard reports that Sonic Heroes might be getting a remake.
Oh, okay, cool. So now I don't have to deal with all the bugs.
Fucking time.
How should I know?
Now I don't have
This
to
is
deal with all
reality
the
for
bugs and slowdown on every
As
single
usual, nothing
fucking
you say makes
console
any
version.
sense.
The only console that I've heard infamous things, I've heard ghost stories about, was the PlayStation 2 version.
Yeah, the PS2 version has some problems.
Yeah, they all have slowdowns and bugs. It's just the PS2 one that suffers the most.
I knew it! This is the liquor store that Senpai's parents run. Does this mean
They better leave
Senpai
that song
disappeared
in,
here?
though.
What could have happened?
Which one?
Sonic Heroes!
Wait
Sonic
a second.
Heroes!
Oh god. Guys.
Shadows.
Oh god. It's tutorial fight! Tutorial fight!
And sad news. The Tales series character designer Mitsumi Inomata has passed away.
No. That's
Japanese
sad.
illustrator, animator, character designer Mitsumi Inomata passed away on March 10th. And he was involved with not just the Tales of series like Tales of Destiny, Eternia, Syria, Mysteria, and Syria. She was involved in a ton of anime, such as, for example, Future Cyber Formula, City Hunter, which is a good one, and Mobile Suit Gundam Seed.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh, and apparently she met Michael Jackson. She also worked on other stuff such as Surgeon Aura, Dragon Quest, Yami no Matsue, Tekken 5, and Tekken Tag Tournament 2. Yes.
Come on, tell me this thing. Oh, okay, so I guess it's going to be entirely physical attacks then.
You try to figure that out, because I still haven't figured out a reason for the thing until today. Someone finally found a use for it.
I thought it was supposed to be for a modem attachment that never happened.
Yeah, apparently that's what they're using it for. Supposedly. Apparently, this is.
Stay calm.
Apparently, from what it
Some
looks
shadows
like, they're
have
trying to make their own
If you
Super
can pinpoint
Famicom
that weakness and
thing
take
with the
advantage of it,
NES.
the battle will be a lot easier. I can tell this one has
Yeah,
a weakness
doesn't-
too.
It just
Try
seems to
stuff
me
out
they
and see
still
what
don't
works.
know what the hell they're able to use this for, but they are trying to see if they can make a sort of similar system to the disk drive from the Famicom.
So basically, like, make it interface with the Famicom.
Right.
The FDS, rather.
Yeah, and it looks like they're trying to look for a way to use that for 4-player Bluetooth support. There are very few games down the NES that support 4 players, let alone anything more than that.
Yeah.
Yeah, all I can say is good luck. Let's hope something comes out of it. And, well, there is something that we at least know. There is a $10 Pokemon trading tool that lets you cheat at a 28-year-old game.
Whoa!
Wow.
What was that?
Okay.
So, unlike the ROM dumper for Game Boy games,
Did I hear you say
this is
Persona?
supposed to be for
Well, I mean, what did you do?
Pokemon
You think I can do it too?
From what I understand, this is supposed to be for when you want to actually trade your monsters in, your Pokemon in for a specific type, because you know who nowadays is going to carry around a Game Boy Color or Game Boy with the
I can't believe
wire.
you were hiding such an amazing power. No wonder the shadows were scared of you.
Game.
Are you the one who's able to bring people into this world? And that's what I thought.
Nobody, right?
This is really something.
Or very few.
Don't you think so, Yosuke?
So what this guy did was he made a device that you
any
connect
respect?
your Game Boy to.
Sorry.
That cost $10.
Well, your support wasn't
and
bad,
you could
though.
easily
I gotta give you
use
some
it
credit
to
for that.
cheat, such as getting the Pokemon you want,
Really?
trading in.
All right.
And just
you two keep it up, and I think we'll be fine from here on out. Now let's get back to the investigation.
Like I said, just $10.
Man,
it's kind of funny though.
I wonder what could have happened to Senpai here.
Game Shark wasn't a thing.
I wish Janess would go under.
It's all because of that store.
Odd, very, very weird news. I still don't understand. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Cowabunga collection, is being delisted specifically in Japan.
Why Japan?
I don't know.
Probably a publishing rights issue.
Right, but they would have said something. That's the thing. They would have said something along the lines of,
yeah, the fact that there was no news about it was kind of weird.
To have his own daughter working for
and
the
just
enemy.
and just so people don't know or just have forgotten,
Hey,
Teenage
Ted.
Mutant Ninja Turtles Cowabunga collection
this place is reality
has
for those that are
literally
here, right?
every single Ninja Turtle
does
game
that mean this
Konami
was Senpai's
has
reality
ever been
when she
involved
wandered in here?
from publishing rights to developing rights to everything, to basically a little bit of both or just outright both. So it has
I only know about
TMNT
what's over
Arcade,
here.
TMNT Turtles in Time arcade version, TMNT the NES game, TMNT 2 the
Whatever's
arcade
going on
game
here,
on NES,
we'll find out
TMNT
ourselves.
3 the Manhattan Project on NES, TMNT Tournament Fighters on NES, TMNT 4 Turtles in Time on the Super Nintendo, TMNT Tournament Fighters on Super Nintendo, NES, and Genesis, TMNT The Hyperstone Heist on Genesis, TMNT Fall of the Foot Clan on Game Boy, TMNT 2 Back from the Sewers on Game Boy, and TMNT 3 Radical Rescue on Game Boy. It literally has every single Konami involved Ninja Turtle game in the collection, and for some reason,
Saki, how many times do I have to tell you?
For some odd reason, it's only Japan that's getting this game delisted
You
from
know what the
digital
neighbors say about you,
distribution.
right? Aren't you ashamed of yourself? You're the
And this is
eldest
all
daughter
from
of a family
Konami.
Kind of
who's
just
owned this
kicked
store for
Ozzy's
generations.
ass, so.
And this is all from Konami too. It's
He's
not
gonna be
like
alright.
a
Did you
bunch
meet
of
some
companies.
guy there?
These are
Just
all
tell me
games
why
that
you have to
even
work
Konami
there of
has
all places.
had a hand in making.
I can't believe this. She seemed like she had fun at work.
Does-
She never said anything like this to
Does
me.
anyone find that odd? Because
You're
like,
telling me this was how Senpai really saw things?
it's one thing if there are a bunch of Ninja Turtle games that have nothing to do with Konami,
These
right?
photos.
Like let's say, Out of the Shadows,
Is this?
Reshelled, Raw
It's the
Thrills
photo
arcade
we took the other day with
version
the other
of
part-timers at
TMNT.
Juness.
Right,
is it cut up like
it makes
this?
sense if those games get delisted. But this is an entire collection of nothing
never
but
had
the
the chance
Konami
to say
Ninja
it.
Turtle games. Why do you think Japan
Senpai's
of all
voice?
people are having trouble
I
keeping it up in
always
digital
wanted
stores?
to tell Hana-chan
Huh? Me?
that he was a real pain in the ass. I was nice to him just because he was the store manager's son.
Did I bug
That's
out?
all.
Yeah.
There's a
But he take-
frog taking up residence
Pain in the
down
ass.
south. I need to go find my buddy.
Who cares about Juness anyway?
He's more useful than
Because
Slippy.
of that store, our business is
Oh,
ruined.
shit.
My parents hate me.
It
The
looks like in
neighbors
this
talk
game,
behind
it
my
looks
back.
like it will be
I wish
discontinued
everything
on
would just
29th of
disappear.
this month.
It's a lie. This can't
Online
be.
play will remain
Senpai's
available,
not like that.
but you will not be
so
able to
sad.
purchase the game.
I feel
Only
so
you will only be able
sorry
to
for
re-download
myself.
it.
Boo-hoo.
Now,
Actually,
granted, it's not
I'm the
happening
one who thinks
everywhere, but it's
everything's a
still
pain
odd.
in
It's
the
Japan.
ass.
You know, the place where they have animal everything, ninja everything,
Two
animal
Yosuke's?
ninja everything.
Who are you?
They have hentai.
Like I said, it's probably a licensing rights issue. Somebody got their wires crossed somewhere between Mirage, Nickelodeon, Paramount, and Konami.
Nickelodeon has nothing to do with this, though. These are all specific Konami games.
Nickelodeon owns TMNT, though.
For now.
So
Paramount owns them outright, though.
So we have one Yosuke and one Awesome.
How long are you going to keep deluding yourself? Screw the shopping district and Junes too. You're sick of everything.
Unreleased Game Boy Advance port of Argonauts I Ninja has been dumped online.
Saying? That's not true.
Alright, Kevin, you better win this one.
You put on a good show of being carefree and
in case people forgot, I Ninja was an actual, literally just a ninja game from back in the day. It was for PlayStation 2, Xbox, and GameCube, and not PC.
And what's this about checking out this world for Saki-senpai?
As I remember.
Ha! I know the real reason you
But
can't
yeah,
sue
I Ninja. This is basically just.
Stop it!
This is basically just a shitty ninja out to get revenge on his master being killed. He was the one that did the killing. And apparently they were going to release it for GBA. I did not know this. Someone found the
You just came because you thought it sounded like a
port,
good time.
and now it's dumped it online. This looks pretty cool. I'm looking at the screenshots right now. And they do not look halfway bad. They're trying to imitate like a 3D kind of perspective.
It's not true.
It's actually pretty cool.
Stop it! You're just trying to act like a big shot. If all went well, hey, maybe you could even be a hero! And that senpai you were so sweet on, her death was the perfect excuse.
And
That's not
okay,
true. What are you? Who are you?
Apparently, Ocean, the video game developer, paid very little for RoboCop's global video game rights.
I'm you.
Huh.
Your shadow.
Interesting.
There's nothing. I don't
Probably considering it was the 80s.
Screw that. I don't know you. You can't be me, you son of a bitch! That's right. Say it again.
Yeah, $10,000 to be precise.
You're nothing like me.
Holy shit.
Yeah, that's right. I am me now.
$10,000.
I'm not you anymore, see?
The 90s money. That's a deal. Because you can get $100,000, maybe even $1 million, depending on what it is.
Well, back then it was just a way to get easy money.
Yeah, but this is $10,000.
They probably figured, we're not gonna get anything back from that. The game's not gonna do too well.
So who ordered a stupid-looking boss?
The true self. I'll crush everything
Dude,
that
way
bores
back in the
me.
day, RoboCop was the shit, and it still is shit. Dude, they made a new game, and they thought it wouldn't make them money. They made toys for kids, and they bought them.
How long can you survive this?
This one's much stronger than the last type. Be
Now
careful.
let's go to the
Whenever
ranking
you feel
system of the Street Fighter games. This is all taken. This is all taken from a poll, and we will go from the worst to the best, according to these people that voted. Oh.
That's not gonna work.
Really?
What?
Huh. Okay. We're starting at the bottom with Street Fighter 03 on Saturn.
That's... Why would that be? Why would that be a low ranker?
This is the Saturn version specifically. This never came out in the West.
Huh, that's it? Boring.
Saturn version.
So keep in mind, Street Fighter 0 is Street Fighter Alpha here in the West. So Street Fighter Alpha 3 came out for PlayStation 1, Saturn, GBA, PSP, Game Boy Color, and Dreamcast. Street Fighter 3.
Just gonna steal a time capsule in front of a garden.
Street Fighter Alpha 3 never came out in the West on Saturn, that's the thing. So that's why Street Fighter 03 is called Street Fighter 03 and never came into the West. And this was from the bottom. Nobody voted for it.
I mean, I guess even everyone has that topic.
Sonic, why did you jinx me?
You fucking died.
Somehow I did.
Next up, Street Fighter the movie arcade version.
Oh my god. Now I gotta do all that shit again.
Next game is Street Fighter the movie on arcade. This got a 2.8.
You had new game class.
Honestly, I actually like the game.
Sonic, would you like me to tell you something? Would you like me to tell you? What do I have in my repertoire aside from basic bitch Izanagi? At this point. Tell me, what do I have?
Well, you should have done more Total Body Day, or
you should have done more strategy.
What was I supposed to strategize there,
no, sorry,
huh?
I wasn't talking to you. I was talking to the guard who just fell over.
Well, Sonic, explain to me, what was I supposed to do? Oh, there.
Use your damn... You didn't use your defense.
All right, Linkara.
Up, man. I saw that.
Yes, because and for the record, I had decided I should play on normal mode for this.
That's a you problem.
How is that a me problem?
Time to go to the
You're
Cursed
having
Woods.
a hard time on normal mode?
I have a feeling we're going to have a
Gizmo.
completely great time.
Did you
here,
forget
'cause
what game I'm
The
playing?
Cursed Woods are not a bad place to be.
It's not free though.
I said 4.
I know, that's what I said. I said I'm talking to Kevin.
Next game after that is Street Fighter EX3 on PlayStation 2. This got 3.5 stars.
Bullshit.
Here we go again with the tutorial fight.
It's not that bad. That game is not that bad. It does not deserve that low rating.
Especially the tag system.
Yeah, and the jungle system. 3.8 Street Fighter Arcade. The first one.
Okay.
The one with the pressure buttons.
Fair.
That game should be way lower.
It should, but...
That should be the very bottom of the list.
I think it has some charm to it, especially if you're lucky enough to find that arcade cabinet that still has the pressure buttons.
Yeah, ones that have had the pattern replaced so you don't bust your fucking hand open.
For the record, Sonic, don't forget that Persona also has this issue with RNG. Sometimes you can have sometimes you can have a really good time with the game. And other times, the game just wants to kick your ass as immediately.
And
if you play Persona 3, if you play Persona 4, you're gonna have a bad time.
Next game, Street Fighter the movie on PlayStation 1.
That game is not that great.
It's serviceable. It's technically better than the arcade version because they added some characters that were supposed to be in there in the first place. You can pause, and it's less harder than the arcade version. That's not saying much though. You still get your ass beat.
That's not gonna work.
Next game, Street Fighter 2010, the final fight on NES. That's not a Street Fighter game.
That game doesn't go above any of this other shit.
It's guarding its weak point.
It's above Street Fighter EX3, bro.
Come on. You can't put a game above something that's barely a fucking game.
You can't put a game in here that has nothing to do with Street Fighter.
Ken Masters becomes a fucking cyborg and goes into Mega Man.
Is that even Ken Masters to begin with? You just call him Ken.
Who else is Ken in the fucking Street Fighter universe?
They don't even have a Ryu in here. They don't even have a Bison. They just have Ken.
I got my defense up. Are you happy now?
Next game, Street Fighter 3, the new generation, an arcade. See, the only reason that's here is because no one gave a shit back then.
That's not gonna work.
Because if you found a cabinet, and if you're lucky enough to find the official cabinet, you know those headers that are supposed to blow up, and it shows the full title. You know, you will not see Street Fighter 3 New Generation. Hell, you won't even see Street Fighter 3.
There we go. It's
On
done.
one side is Ryu, the other side is me.
Well, that's so hard.
Amazing, Sensei.
Alex. In the
Sonic.
middle, all there is a word spelled out 3. Not Street Fighter 3. It's just the word spelled out 3 in the Street Fighter font.
Yosuke, are you okay?
And it looked bootleg as hell.
What?
Yeah, I can imagine.
And it's from an official game too. So you're not playing Street Fighter 3 New Generation.
me.
You're not even playing Street Fighter 3. You're playing
Thing came
3.
from you, Yosuke. You have to admit it, or it'll go berserk again.
Street Fighter Alpha Warrior's Dream on Game Boy Color.
Myself.
That's actually pretty good.
I'm not going to be too harsh on this. They tried.
Hurts to face yourself.
Considering this is the first game on Game Boy Color,
I knew it wasn't lying.
They tried.
No,
I was so ashamed that I didn't want to
fucking hell.
They really did try it.
I'm
It's
you.
just they didn't have
Get down
to.
to it. All
This
of
was
is
98.
My
mind
ass
you.
kicked.
This was 98, mind you. They could have just waited for the Game Boy Advance.
Now we
Next
gain Disco Ninja Frog.
Next game, Street Fighter EX Plus Alpha on PlayStation 1.
God damn it.
Huh.
Sure.
This
Okay,
is my
I'll let that go.
Alright.
Street Fighter 3 Second Impact in arcade.
Weird. I wonder if that was
Okay.
something
The game
Senpai
was
had been
pretty
keeping
broken.
deep down inside.
Sure.
He was a
Super
real pain
Street
in the
Fighter
ass.
2 Turbo on
Huh.
3DO.
What a way to find out.
I haven't played it.
Jeez, this is
I don't
so
have a 3D
embarrassing.
emulator. All I can say is I can only say what I heard.
If you
and
weren't
that
here,
the 3DO
I don't know
is
what
the
would've happened.
best home port of Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo out there because of the extra
Hey,
feature
Teddy,
of there being
could
an
Senpai have
arranged
been attacked by
soundtrack.
her other self here? Like how it just happened to me?
However,
I
it
think
loses
so.
me when I saw the AVGN review it when he got the 6-button
The
controller.
shadows here were originally born from humans.
One of the buttons
Sometimes
the
the
face
fog
buttons
clears. Then they
is
all
the
go
pause button
berserk.
and not like the pause button.
And you saw what happens next.
That's weird.
Yeah, and the only
So
way
that's
you
why
can
people die
properly
when it gets
play
foggy in
Super
our
Street
world.
Fighter 2 Turbo on 3DO is to find a mail order controller that's
Yosuke's
specifically
pretty
made
worn
for
out.
fighting games,
This
and
world
those
isn't
are,
made for humans.
from what I believe, pretty
It's not
pricey.
comfortable for you here.
They work.
I don't
In
hear
which
any more
that
voices.
you can switch from using
I
your
think we're
thumb
done
to
with this
using your
place.
fingers, like on the
Please
fly.
Let's go back.
kill me
But
so I can reload.
either way, it's on 3DO, man. Who's paying full price for a 3DO just to play?
Yeah, good
Hey,
question.
Turbo?
You said that this
Just to
place
play
is
Super
reality for
Turbo of
people
all
who enter,
games.
right? So that
Next
shopping
game,
district
Street
and
Fighter
the weird
EX2
room we saw
Plus on
before,
PlayStation 1.
Did they exist because the ones who died entered this world and it became their reality? I
If
guess
it's
what I'm trying to
above the
ask is,
3DO, Super
did those
Turbo,
places
and Game
form
Boy Color
because
Alpha,
of the people who
sure.
entered this world?
I don't know.
Now
It's
here's
never
the sin.
happened
The
before.
next game is
But
Street
that's
Fighter
probably
5.
where
Fuck
they
you.
were when the shadows attacked them.
Vanilla Street Fighter 5? No, that should
The
be
fog
lower.
does lift. I always get so scared. I have to hide when it
It was
happens.
I wouldn't put it lower than,
sensed people
Street
here
Fighter,
twice before,
This is Vanilla
but
Street Fighter
both of them
5.
Street
though.
Fighter
Remember,
2099 or whatever the hell it was.
Oh, I would. Like, remember, this is the same fighting game that released
So let's get this
with
straight.
the
on
most
arcade
minimal
mode.
amount of characters and
Senpai
no
and that
arcade
Yamano lady
mode.
were thrown in here,
Or
and since they
story
couldn't
mode.
get out, they wandered
Either
around.
Yeah,
way,
that's true.
No, story mode I could live without, but this is every fighting game ever
After a
since
while,
the dawn of time
that
has had
shadow
an
thing
arcade
came out
mode.
of them.
And this
Does
is
that
a
sound right?
PlayStation 4 exclusive that you can get.
So if I'd been
that
here
has
until the
no
fog
arcade
cleared,
mode.
I would've...
A Street
Yeah,
Fighter game.
I'm
Mortal
pretty
Kombat
sure.
had one. Tekken
You
had
were
one.
lucky. Sensei and me were here with you.
Damn it.
Dead or
Senpai
Alive
and that
had one.
announcer, they were stuck here all alone.
Street Fighter 5 did not.
Yosuke.
That was like that punk's weird face.
Keep in mind, this is the father of fighting games. This is the one that got the genre rolling, and they decided, nah, we're not adding an arcade mode. You kidding me?
But they were safe before that. No shadows
And let's not forget
attacked
all
them.
the other controversy.
So the new is doing
attacked
no
us,
damage to me, so I can pretty much tank this out. Not if I just keep hitting him.
Let's not forget the other controversy it had. Like, you had to... There was, like, actual microtransactions
keeping a
that
close eye on
it
us.
was trying
They
to
might
push.
see people who
the
investigate this place as
censorship on
enemies.
Armika's ass slap. The fucking...
That was so fucking strange, too.
dangerous.
The,
But we might be
the
able to
fact
fight
that they
them.
tried
We
to
might
tell
save
people,
people.
you cannot wear certain costumes if you are,
Are you saying
live
if anyone
in a,
else gets thrown in
a
here,
fighting
we can
game
save them
tournament
before they disappear?
on television?
Like how you
as
guys
if
just
this
saved
is
me?
as if this is supposed to be for the common Fox News viewer.
Fucking hate
Anyways,
the
we
esports
need to
community,
catch the
man.
one who's throwing people
I
in
like
here and make him
esports,
stop.
I'm just not going to go anywhere near the
Yeah.
community because who the fuck
Finally
are you to
starting to
tell me what
understand what's
costume I
going on.
can't or can wear?
Yeah.
Who's watching this except for gamers?
Can I ask something too?
No, you're not allowed to ask
Nobody,
questions,
that's-
Teddy.
Yeah, it's like, fuck you.
If
It's
shadows
like,
are
why
born from
Street
humans,
Fighter 5 should not be
what
this
was
high up.
Teddy born from?
You don't even
Next
know where
game
you came
before,
from?
before
What
I
should we know?
Okay, the new's
form a-
fucking dead. That's great.
I know some
Next
things,
game, Street
mostly
Fighter.
about this world,
Oh,
but
okay, interesting.
I don't know anything about
Street
myself.
Fighter Cross Tekken.
What?
Street Fighter Cross Tekken deserves to be lower than that.
No, buddy, it deserves
to be honest,
Do you,
I never
I'm
thought
fine.
you
about
remember
it until now.
what Street Fighter X Tekken did? It was on disc DLC.
On this DLC, yeah, but come on now.
serious?
Like, compared to today, I'd rather deal with the on-disc DLC than
No
how
wonder
we're
we couldn't get
getting
a
the
straight
DLC
answer out
now.
of you.
You know what? I'll give it that.
Will you guys?
I'd rather have
come
on-disc
back
DLC
here?
rather than having no content that Street Fighter 5 delivered to me at first. It's saved. Here's the thing.
That's fair.
Street Fighter
Really?
5 saved itself because of the content it gave us. But that's
Well,
putting-
you're the
damn
one who
it.
said you weren't
that's
letting us
putting
out
God,
unless
I
you
didn't
did.
kill
large
these guys.
bandage- That's putting a large bandage on a wound that they inflicted
Oh,
upon themselves
that's
to
right.
begin with.
I'll be
Why
waiting
did you
for you
bother
guys
cutting
here.
yourself if
You need to
if
come
you
in
knew
from
you were
the
gonna have
same
to
place
dress
every
and do it
time,
anyway?
so we
Why
can
did
meet
you
up.
ship out a game that had little to nothing after Time Attack and
Could
Survival?
come in from somewhere
when you
else,
knew you should
but
have put
then
more content
you
in it to
won't
begin
end up
with.
here.
Street Fighter X
might
Tekken
show
I
up
may have had
somewhere
on
I
this
couldn't get
DLC,
to you.
but it had more content
Then
in it
You'd be
in
doomed.
2012
Got it?
than Street Fighter 5
Well,
did
pretty
in
much.
2016.
All right, can you show us the way out?
Roger
It
that.
had
One exit
skin
coming right up.
customizations. It had costume swaps. It had rivalries. It had character interactions. It had endings.
Cool.
It had arcade
First, we need to make sure there aren't any employees
Remember,
milling around out there.
Yeah, I'll give it that.
this had a modding
go, go,
scene
go.
that wasn't a bucket of cancer cells. This had
Kate, stop
characters people
squeezing it, little-
loved.
Ugh!
And what did we get with Street Fighter? What did we get with Street Fighter 5? A cancerous attorney community and Capcom thinking it was too risque to have a female luchador slapping her ass. And saying, "Oh, it was a mistake. You weren't supposed to see that." Motherfucker, what? Then why did you make it look like you were supposed to see that? Dumbass.
It was in the fucking content.
And dude, the camera work said it all. It showed it was supposed to be shown. And you're saying that it wasn't supposed to be shown at all? And you patched that out? Dude, bite me. Bite me. Game. Okay, next game. Super Street Fighter 4 3D Edition.
That's the 3DS version of Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, I have it. It's okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's fine. It's where it is.
Depending on what else is above it, I'm gonna give this list a 0.
I would put this under Street Fighter X Tekken, though.
Ow!
Next game, Street Fighter Alpha 3 on Game Boy Advance. Okay, I agree.
Okay.
It's very good. The Game Boy Advance version had no business being as good as it was. It was really good.
Didn't it have like the extra characters in it?
There's one or two extra characters in it. I believe it was Maki.
Oh yeah, and those the ones with like.
Oh, and
Yoon,
I think it was.
That
was
might have
Yoon.
kind of sort of
Yeah,
been our
Yoon.
fault.
Young,
Maybe we
evil,
did go a little too far.
Yeah, I know. I
Let's
think
apologize
Eagle was
to her
added in
tomorrow.
the PSP version. I could be
I'm
wrong.
completely wiped out. I'm gonna go home, soak in the shower
well,
for a while,
yeah,
and get some sleep.
it belongs there. I have no problem with that.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Yeah,
sleep
that's
well
fair.
tonight.
Yeah.
Good sport.
Next game. Ultra
Well, see you in the morning.
Street Fighter 2, the final challengers. Sure.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what? Yeah, I'm not mad. This is fine.
Oh,
This is fine.
Are you surprised to see me dressed
Gizmo,
this way?
why are you
My
talking like
parents
that
sent me
one
out on
dog
an errand.
that's in a house that's on fire?
That's very specific.
Have you not seen that video?
The meme.
I have seen it.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Okay,
referring
good.
to.
Yeah, it's just that it's odd that you. Okay, and then.
How is it odd that I know
you
this?
Getting used to your new
It's not
town
the
and
odd that
school?
you know. Get off my nuts. Next game, Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Revival on GBA.
What? Hang on. Why was that above the
I'm
final?
glad to hear that.
Yeah, above Ultra Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, that's.
No. What we need is a Street Fighter 2 variant that goes
must be
like this:
difficult moving to
Ultra
a place you
Super
know nothing
Hyper
about.
or Alpha Omega Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD 4K Ultra High Definition and Remix.
Yeah, we have that.
Featuring with and Knuckles featuring Dante from the Devil May Cry series.
Yeah, tell me you
Forgot
didn't
my
play
voice
Dead
for
Rising
sure.
3 on
I've never
Xbox
been
One
out of
without telling
Innova.
me you haven't played Dead Rising 3 on Xbox.
Are you getting along?
Yeah, this game does not belong to be up there. It should at
I'm glad
least
to
be
hear
below the 3DS version
She's very supportive,
of
you
Super
know?
Street Fighter 4.
It's always her who gives me the little extra push I need.
It's so weird seeing
Alright,
stuff here.
We had home
And
together
again,
last
this
year,
is another
too.
game that's
And I
fine.
still
It's
remember
just
how we
that
cut class sometimes.
above Ultra Street Fighter 2.
Oh, I should get going.
It's
I need
bizarre
make
to put it
tomorrow's
above
arrangements with our head
much
chef.
of anything because it's a Game Boy Advance port of Street Fighter 2.
Now,
Our aim can't
granted,
function without me
there's a
right
lot of older games out there that are better than most of the newer games out there, but this is not a good example. It's good, but it's good, but better than Ultra Street Fighter 2? No. Okay, next game is weird. Street Fighter 2 Special Champion Edition
I'll see you at school then.
on Genesis.
That's a good version of the game, but what?
Yeah. Okay, this is even weirder. Higher than Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Revival and Ultra Street Fighter 4.
Our next
and
story is an
Alpha
update in our
3 on
ongoing
GBA.
report on the bizarre
And
murders
Street Fighter
occurring in
5.
Inaba.
No, put it
At
below
around
Street
7
Fighter 5.
a.m., local high school student Saki
Yeah.
Konishi
Well,
was
no,
And
found
Street
dead
Fighter
in
X
Inaba's
Tekken.
residential
Put
area.
it, yeah, so
Since
weird.
the body was positioned
Okay.
similarly to the
Weirder.
last victim,
Street
and
Fighter
since Miss
Alpha
Konishi
Warriors
was the
Dream
one
on
who discovered that
PS1.
body, police are proceeding under
Wait,
the assumption
Dude,
that this may
dude,
be
I
a
get it.
serial
Alpha
murder
1 is
case
a great
related
game,
to
but
the death of
come on
Mayumi
now. Better
Yamano.
than Street Fighter
The
X
coroner's
Tekken.
report has established Miss
Alpha
Konishi's
3
time of
on-
death at
on
around 1
GBA.
a.m. last night. The body went
Super
unnoticed
Turbo.
until this morning as a result of the heavy fog blanketing the area.
Cap.
Another incident.
Oh,
Dad
even
won't
more
be
cap.
coming home
Next
tonight.
game, Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition Arcade.
I'll be okay. Can you help me
But
do
you
some
just-
stuff around the house?
But your Genesis version,
Amagi Inn, located upstream of
Fucking
Samegawa
okay.
River, is
Uh,
the town's oldest
no, not
historical
okay.
landmark.
Whatever. Next one,
Vacationers are known to
Super
travel
Street Fighter
surprising
2
distances
Turbo
in order
HD
to visit
Remix.
its
No.
open-air, radium-rich hot springs. After the
No,
incident with Miss
no,
Yamano,
no,
the
no.
manager
I
has stepped aside,
objectify my
leaving her
no.
daughter
I
Yukiko to
summon
fill
my
her
no.
shoes.
I sacrifice my little no to summon my big no. No, 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 no.
I summon my no in attack mode.
Just a whole bunch of no. This is Pikmin 5 No Edition. What is really HD remix?
In other words, she's a manager who's still
Fine.
in high school.
Okay, yeah, I said this before. The DLC, and extra content saved it. Street Fighter V Arcade Edition.
Now that has a nice ring
Next
to
game,
it.
okay.
Let's see
whatever.
if we can interview her.
Street Fighter V Champion Edition.
Are you
Okay.
speaking to me?
We've heard that
Street
you're the new
Fighter
manager.
4.
Is it true you're still in high school?
You know what? Sure. Street Fighter 2, The World Warrior on Super Nintendo.
This
Really?
list is really fucked up.
Okay, I love Street Fighter 2, and it revolutionized the fighting game genre, but damn, bro. Calm your titty. It's not better than Street Fighter 4 or 5 or 3.
I'm only filling in temporarily.
Holy damn. The rose-tinted glasses.
Someday, though. That aside, wow, you're looking gorgeous in that kimono.
Street Fighter
you must have had
6
a lot of
on
male
PS5.
visitors.
Huh? No,
I don't know.
This is boring.
Hey, Frog.
Oh,
Not sure.
I need to do the dishes.
Not sure about that. Because this is confliction beyond belief, because every other Street Fighter game we've had, it either takes place before or in between games. Like the Alpha series took place right after the first one, and took place before the Street Fighter 2 series. And then we got Street Fighter 3, the games that took place in between Alpha and 2. And then we got Street Fighter 4, takes place between 3 and 2. I'm just glad when Street Fighter 6 came out and Street Fighter 5 came out, they just went forward. Street Fighter 5 just decided to go forward. No,
man, don't you know we have to have another fucking prequel, another interquel, sequel, mid-grade, intergrade, whatever the fuck.
Yeah, Street Fighter. What I like about Street Fighter 6 is that it decided to just go further in, beyond, literally further beyond.
And this is to go even further beyond.
I feel that. I taste that.
What is that sound?
What's that smell?
In other Inaba-related news, meteorologists are predicting heavy fog. The region has seen an abnormal amount of fog over the past few years, and the cause of the climate change is unknown. Whatever the reason, residents of the Inaba area should be extra
They
careful.
have Street Fighter 2 characters. No duh, they're gonna have them.
Our broadcast tonight was extended to bring you up-to-date news on the incident in Inaba. The time is now midnight.
Fighter 3 characters, though? 4 or...
We don't know yet. We don't know yet because we've only seen most of them in Street Fighter 4 or in Street Fighter 5 to a minimal degree. We don't know what happened in the game yet because Street Fighter 6 takes place years after 5. And after finally going forward, period. Because every other game, again, was taking place before games, in between games, and so on. And some of them were even side games if you're counting Street Fighter EX. Street Fighter 6, they decide to age them up and show that some time has already passed and give Street Fighter to a younger generation, I guess is the right phrase, because we got a bunch of new characters coming in, like Luke. Which is, he's a decent character. Just wish he had a different haircut. Good fuck. I wish he had a different haircut. Next game. Oh, okay.
Do not be alarmed.
Hyper Street Fighter 2, the Anniversary Edition.
World. I have summoned you within your dreams.
I don't mind it. I just don't see why it's above 6.
And so we meet again.
This is a space.
Okay, so there's a lot of things wrong
in
here,
one way or
you
another.
You know what this one is, right?
This list is a 0 out of 10.
In
you
your
know what this
daily life,
version of
you
Street Fighter is,
subconsciously
right?
heard
Hyper
the
fighting
call
is
to
the one where you
awaken,
get to pick
and
different
you chose
versions
to
of
follow the
Street Fighter
destiny of
characters
your
from,
inner
like,
voice,
2 to tournament.
thereby enacting
I
your
think that's pretty
glorious
cool they added
awakening
that
to
in
your
there
power.
because not enough people
Hold
talk
on to
about it. But
this.
again, this is before people are putting this above 6.
From this
they're putting
night
it above 4.
you
They're
are
putting it
our
above
guest in this
the
velvet
5
room.
Champion Edition.
Your destiny will require you to hone your power. There is but
Next
one
game,
prize for this
Super
assistance.
Street Fighter 4. Okay.
You must abide by your contract
Getting back on
and
track.
assume responsibility for all decisions
I
you
don't.
may
Yeah,
make.
believable.
Very well.
Believable spot. This introduced Jury.
The persona you have
brought
acquired.
back the final fight. The final fight couple.
It
that
is a side
Guy
of
and
you
Dan.
that shows itself when you face
And
the
this
world
was
around
at
you.
a time when they brought back Street Fighter 3 characters too.
Perhaps
Street
you
Fighter
can think
3
of it
and
as
Street Fighter Alpha
a facade
characters,
of determination you wear
They brought
to
back
face various
Adon. They
difficulties
were
in
starting to
life.
bring back other characters such as Makoto and Ibuki. Guys like that. Okay, that makes sense. Oh, okay. There you go. Now, next game is Street Fighter Alpha 3 Max.
Your persona ability, however, is that
Yes.
of the wild card.
Oh my yes.
Compared to that of others, it
Street
is
Fighter Alpha 3
very
Max on
special.
PSP is literally every other
It
of
is
Alpha
like the
3
number 0.
before that
Empty.
mixed together. They have all the
persona
characters from
ability
all
is
the
the
different
power to
portables
control
and console
one's
versions.
own
They have
heart.
more
And
content,
the heart is
and
strengthened
they have
through
better quality too.
As
The
you
only
form
problem is
bonds
it's stuck on
by
PSP.
becoming involved
They
with
haven't
others,
ported this anywhere
your
else.
own
It's only on
social
PSP.
links will gradually develop.
No one knows why.
No one knows why.
power
Like
of
it
these
hasn't been
social
ported to
links
PS. It
is what
hasn't
will
been ported
determine
to
your
PlayStation
persona's
3, 4,
abilities.
5 stores. It hasn't been ported to Xbox Live 361
Social
or
links
Series
are
X
necessary
stores.
for more
It
than
hasn't been
strengthening
ported
your
to Epic.
persona.
It hasn't been ported to
At
Steam.
times, they will
The
help
only
light
way
the
you can
way
play
to the
this
truth
is
you
by
are
getting the
searching for.
console and game itself or emulating it. It's just so
Where
such
will
a
your
weird
awakened
game
power of the
that
wild card
it's
take
being
you?
left out. But it's still the best out of the Alpha series because
Thankfully,
it's got
the PSP is easy to emulate on modern hardware.
Okay, so guys, before we
destiny
continue,
together.
so I found a debate on social media. So which bread do you think is better? One from Texas Roadhouse, one from Red Lobster, or one from Olive Garden, or one from Outback Steakhouse?
the one I make.
Till we meet
I've
again.
only ever been to Olive Garden.
So you were like, me likey breadsticks, me likey breadsticks.
Everyone likes the breadsticks.
I haven't been to Olive Garden in like 20 years.
So back when you were a kid, you were like, me likey breadsticks, me likey breadsticks.
Sure.
I was
Dude, I
making
don't
a
even
Family
remember
Guy
what it tastes
reference.
I don't even remember what he tastes like. I haven't been to Red Lobster or Olive Garden in more than 25.
You saw what was on last
By the
night,
way,
right?
I'm gonna head out,
I
guys.
couldn't tell who it was.
All right.
But if
Yeah,
someone
no
showed up
worries.
on TV, let's go
See
check
ya.
it out after school. Maybe Teddy can tell us something.
Next game, Super Street Fighter 2.
If it turns
the
out
new
someone was thrown in
challengers.
again, there
That
really
is
might be a
Major
culprit
Cap.
behind all this. Even if it is
This is a
something
Super
about that
Nintendo
place that's
game.
killing the victims. If someone's using that world as a weapon, that's unforgivable.
Okay, to be
Okay.
honest, the only bread I've really had was the
We
one
need
from
to find
Texas
the culprit,
Roadhouse,
no
and
matter
I
what
actually
it
really
takes.
like it. It's pretty good.
There's no way the police can do it. Who'd believe that the murderer kills people by throwing them into the TV?
Weirder after that. I'm not going to get there yet, though. Next game, Ultra Street Fighter 4.
Cool. It's reassuring to hear someone else say.
I am fine with this, but then the next
I
game
tried
says
sticking my head in the TV last night, the
Super
way you
Street
did.
Fighter 4
It actually
Arcade
works.
Edition.
I think I can do
So
that
keep
now
in
because
mind,
I have the same
it
power.
was Street Fighter 4,
Persona,
Super Street
wasn't
Fighter
it?
4,
Could
and then
be that we
Super
got
Street
this
Fighter
gift
4
from
Arcade
someone
Edition, and then
specifically
Ultra
so we
Street
could
Fighter
solve
4.
the case.
So they're putting Arcade Edition before
again,
Ultra.
you
Ultra
managed
is
to
the
go
final
inside the
update,
TV
just so
and
you
get
know,
your
for Street
Persona
Fighter 4.
first. I feel
That's
like
fucking
as long as
stupid.
you're with me, I can find the culprit and crack this case.
Who's
well,
rating
let's
this?
do our
Is this
best.
Rolling Stone doing this?
No, this is Time Extension. This is voted by people. This is voted by the actual people reading it. After that, Street Fighter 2 Turbo Hyper Fighting. No, not above. Not
Street
above
Fighter
Ultra.
2. Street Fighter 2 is a good game, but what the fuck?
Not above Ultra.
Oh, by the way, Gizmo, if we were playing Persona OG Persona 4, or we would then get the prompt that says, Yosuke will now die for you.
Through bonds. As you form bonds by becoming involved with others,
That part of the social link will have to wait until we're nearly maxed out.
The power of these social links is what will determine your persona's abilities.
Next game. Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter.
That's not even the best game of the Marvel vs. Capcom series.
Yeah, I mean, that
is the most primitive version of the entire
you.
franchise.
The Saturn version, though.
Okay.
Never mind that.
True.
Is Yukiko still not here?
Oh, we're going on the same problem we have just had
I haven't seen her
with
today.
the Street Fighter 4 games. Next game, X-Men versus Street Fighter.
What should I do? You know, all
So
that
reminder.
about how people showing up on the midnight
X-Men
show
Children
Is
of the
Marvel
Atom.
vs. Capcom Infinite gonna be above Marvel vs. Capcom 3?
No, because Street Fighter aren't okay. So to remind you, in order of release, X-Men: Children of the Atom.
Oh, we were just talking about
X-Men
that.
versus
We're thinking
Street
of checking it
Fighter.
out later.
Then, oh wait, it was
Person on
X-Men:
TV
Children of the Atom,
yesterday?
Marvel Superheroes.
I think it was
X-Men
Yukiko.
versus Street Fighter, Marvel Superheroes versus Street Fighter, Marvel versus Capcom, and then Marvel versus Capcom 2. They put the previous
That kimono
version
looked like the
up
one she wears.
above the.
I got
Okay.
worried, so I emailed her last night, but
This
she
is
hasn't
fucking
responded.
stupid.
I called her
Street
earlier
Fighter
in the
Alpha
evening
2 on
though,
Saturn.
and she said she'd be at school today.
Could have been worse. It could have been the Super Nintendo version. Not that that's a bad game.
Calm
it's just,
down. We get the
I wouldn't
picture.
put that above.
And you still haven't heard from her?
Okay.
No.
Next game, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, Fight for the Future on Dreamcast. This is the top rated. Rose tinted
I am so sick
glasses.
I'm so sick of people rating Street Fighter 3 that high. Street Fighter 3 is not a bad game.
It's not, but
people
don't know yet
keep
for sure.
jacking
We should
that
check to see if
fucking
she's safe
game off,
first.
and I'm fucking done. I'm
I
fucking
can
done with that
understand
shit.
why people worship the damn game, but you realize there's like a few other gods you should be worshiping, right? Alpha 3, Street Fighter Cross Tekken,
Give her another call.
Championship Edition of Street Fighter 5, Ultra Street Fighter 4, Street Fighter EX 1 and 2.
No good.
Come on, man.
Her
This
voicemail
Third
picked
Strike
up.
is not the best. Alpha 3
She's
to
not
me is
answering.
the best of the series. People for some reason just keep putting that aside because Daigo and Mahara
serious? Then is Yukiko-san
initiated
inside
Evil
that
Moment
place?
37 on this thing.
Yeah. Okay, I found another interesting
Like an
food-related
errand or something.
debate. So, pick a McDonald's meal. The choices are Quarter Pounder with cheese, Big Mac, Spicy McCrispy, McNuggets, Burger, Bacon and Quarter Pounder, Double Cheeseburger, Filet-O-Fish, and McChicken.
Spicy chicken.
Did they have the
Or she might
McVeggie?
be helping at the end. She wouldn't be able to answer herself if that's
You're at a
it.
McDonald's.
The McVeggie is a real thing.
No, I believe you. Oh, that's real.
Yeah, but would she skip school for that?
Sounds so random.
Well,
Yeah,
I'll
asking
give
for a
the
McVeggie
info.
at McDonald's is like asking for the McSpaghetti. You know you're
Come
gonna
on,
have
Yukiko.
some more.
Pick up.
You know, and the worst part is, none of them have meat.
They do have meat.
Gizmo.
Oh, is this Yukiko?
Say what you want about McDonald's and fast food meat. Just because they make fun of it and say it has no real meat doesn't mean they don't have. Just doesn't mean that they don't have real meat.
I'll email you again later.
Some of it, the meat contains some soy in it, but that doesn't mean that it's not made of meat.
She said they had a big group reservation and she had to help out.
Remember, meat is made of meat.
Yeah.
They just mix some soy products in the meat.
Too.
I don't know.
It's
Alex.
one of those things that they add for like flavor and filler.
Yeah, it's just,
loud,
the only problem is that the
got
Big
me
Mac is
worried
the
over
one you don't want to get all the time because that one is flavorless if you were to just eat
She
the
was
patty.
totally fine.
The only reason you're able to taste the patty is because of all the other stuff they put on it. The squirting of the condiments, the pickles, the lettuce, the salt and pepper, that kind of thing.
Oh, Alex.
Okay, so Kevin, what were you saying?
You were your actual quote goes as such. Remember, kid, it's always eat your fruits and vegetables because eating meat can come from dudes. Because meat can come from dudes, and eating dudes is gay.
That's accurate.
What?
Well,
look up
we thought
Alex's
people show
little
up on the
Soldier
Midnight
Boy
Channel because
video
they're
if you
already
want it
over in
on
that
further
world.
context.
I did a Soldier Boy PSA.
I mean, it makes sense, right? People show up on TV because they're inside
because
the TV.
In The Boys season 3, there is an actual
Still here
PSA
in our world.
from Soldier
You
Boy.
might want to see what this is about.
And well,
all right, let's meet up at Juness after school.
I was gonna make more of them, but then I couldn't come up with any others except for the last one that I was gonna do.
Okay, I think that's more than enough about my sorry escapades.
Next bit of news, though, some good news. Exclusive Saturn fighter Rabbit gets an English patch.
Yeah, no kidding. Anyways, we need to know what's going on inside.
Okay, on to the next news.
Oh god fucking damn it.
Uncultured swine. Okay. Strong Museum announces its 12 Video Game Hall of Fame finalists. These games are interesting.
Alex, I found the video.
Yeah. Too bad there's so many
The
customers
Soldier
there.
Boy diet.
I forgot there's a sale in the electronics department today.
According to the announcement sent out to the press, the museum assembled a collection of titles from thousands of nominations, with the shortlist taking into account the game's iconic status, longevity, geographical reach, and influence. The oldest game to appear on the list is Atari's Asteroids, released in arcades in 1979, while the newest is Activision's 2005 rhythm game Guitar Hero, which saw secondhand video game stores flooded with countless plastic guitars. Basically, the whole list of video games here in the finals.
Try sticking your hand in and calling him over. I bet that bear's wandering around the entrance anyway.
Hall of Fame are
hey, Chia,
Asteroids,
stand over here. Make a wall with me.
Elite.
A wall?
Guitar Hero. Metroid. Myst. Neopets. Resident Evil.
Why Neopets?
Shh! Not so loud, you
really?
idiot!
I mean,
Dude,
okay.
is that a
Resident
bite
Evil.
mark? Are you okay?
Sim City. Tokimeki Memorial. Tony Hawk
that
Pro
looks like
Skater.
It hurts.
Hang on, what the
Ultima?
fuck is
That
Tokimeki
stupid bear
Memorial?
must have done it.
It's a Japanese game, I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, obviously.
Hey, you.
Tony Hawk's Pro
we know
Skater.
you're in there.
Ultima, and You Don't Know Jack.
Okay.
No, it's not a game.
They have a player's choice ballot
anyone
here
inside there
too,
right now.
to check off what you want to see most
This land feels so
in
bare.
the game, with little descriptions for the
there's
games
no one
to give you an
inside?
idea of why they may
sure?
be popular or why they may be important.
I'm
Right
gonna
now,
go warn
I'm looking
Yukiko
at-
anyway.
They even have
Since she'll
Hall
be
of
busy
Fame
this
stuff
weekend helping
and
out at the inn, I doubt she'd go
displays for
anywhere
Tetris.
alone. But
such
Still.
as the puzzle.
Yeah.
the
You'll walk with her
Jenga,
to school on Monday,
and
right?
The plug-and-play games.
Sure, I'll go pick her up at her house.
Maybe we'll find out more on
Right now
tonight's
for
Midnight
Hall of
Channel.
Fame. Oh,
Cross your
right
fingers
now, the
that this is
recent Hall
all
of Fame
just a
inductees
misunderstanding.
Are Barbie fashion designer.
What's your cell
Computer
number?
Space,
I'll call you when I watch it
The
tonight.
Last of Us, and Wii Sports. They've been doing
All right,
this since
don't forget to watch tonight.
2015.
This is a weird fucking selection here.
Let me see 2015 for a minute. They have 6 games from 2015. Tetris, World of Warcraft, Super Mario
Looks like we found all we're gonna find here.
Brothers,
And we've still got
Pac-Man,
nothing that points directly
Boom,
to a
and
suspect.
Pong.
We don't
Okay,
even know if
makes
this is
sense.
a homicide.
2016.
Well, what else could it be?
Grand Theft
There's
Auto
no way a
3,
body could end up like that by
The
accident.
Oregon Trail, Legend of Zelda.
I know.
The Sims. Sonic
We
the
haven't found the
Hedgehog.
cause of death for the first Vic.
Space Invaders.
Now we got a second one just like it. If this is a murder case,
Oh wait, no.
there's
they
no
have more
doubt
than
we're
that.
dealing with a single perp.
Let me
But if
go back
that's
to
true,
2015.
what the hell's going on?
You know, I thought at first this all spun out
No,
of
that
that
was
love
2015.
triangle.
Okay, let me see what we
No, that singer, Misuzu Hiragi, has a solid alibi. She was performing overseas, and her phone records prove it. And remember, the only reason
Wow,
the
they had
scandal went
nothing
public
for
was because
2016.
Hiragi herself broke it to the media.
Slow year.
No one would
Okay,
put
for
themselves under
2017,
suspicion
though,
that
they
way if
had
they had murder on their
Pokemon Red and Green,
Got a point there.
Halo Combat Evolved,
Same with Taro Namatame, her
Street
husband.
Fighter 2,
No matter how much we shake him down,
And-
nothing links him to the murders. He's been working
and
in the
Donkey
city
Kong.
for the past 6 months.
Okay then.
Seems he was here recently because
You
of
know-
the scandal, but he was swamped with work back
You know,
home at the time
Gizmo,
of the incident.
it's like when Gen 1 got onto the 3DS
There are
Virtual
eyewitnesses and
Console,
other evidence
I
placing him at his
decided
office
to give
the
it
night
like
that
a
Mayumi
solid
Yamano
shot. I
died.
played all of Pokemon Yellow, and I never had to grind.
And we can't find anything that shows
I was at
Yamano
Victory
making
Road
contact
in
with
low
Namatame
level
before
40s.
or after her disappearance.
yeah.
It's,
Oh wow, this is interesting.
I'm like, this isn't hardly.
Yuya Namatame's
This is
career
not
has
even
also
really
been
a
killed stone
challenge. There's
dead.
like no
He's
strategy
been fired
here
from his position as secretary.
whatsoever. Like,
He's
all I
practically as
pretty
much
much
of a
had to
victim as
do
the
was
Yamano
press
girl.
the button until I win. That
Yeah.
was it.
I agree.
You pushed the button and everything occurred?
Pretty much. Yeah. Everything I
Then we
wanted to
have the
happen
second case
happened.
regarding Saki Konishi.
Speaking of, it looks like everything that they wanted to happen happened when it came to the 22 inductees.
She's
Tomb
the one
Raider,
who discovered
Phase 4,
Yamano's
John
corpse.
Madden and Final Fantasy
I don't buy
VII.
the killer
Why the
shutting her
fuck
up
would
as
you
a
put
possible
Madden
motive.
in there?
First
It's
ever.
not a game. That's a fucking torture simulator.
We're bringing this back.
First ever football simulator.
She was
Or
killed
first
well after
accurate
she
football
reported the
simulator?
body, and the culprit
I don't
didn't
want
hide her.
an accurate
It's
football
like they were
simulator.
meant to be found.
From what I heard, John Madden was really involved in the game. When,
The only other
when
connection is that she
Japan
attended the
was trying
same
to make
school as
an
the daughter of the
actual
inn where
football
Yamano
video
was
game
holed
that
up.
Imitated the real
But
thing.
that hardly
like John
points to a
Madden was like,
motive.
no, that's not football.
Coincidences like that are common in a town as small as ours.
And he decided to like
Yeah,
go on
I heard
like the
about that
whiteboard
angle
and
on the
explain
news,
to like,
too.
the Japanese developers how football works.
What? Is the story about the inn out already?
Okay, makes sense, I guess.
Okay, I got it.
2019,
How's this?
Super
Maybe there
Mario
was something
Kart,
about the corpse that only
Mortal
Saki Konishi knew.
Kombat,
And our
Microsoft
perp killed her to keep
Solitaire,
whatever it was from leaking out.
and Colossal Game Adventure.
Oh, Microsoft Solitaire, the game you can't even
Either
play
way,
without ads anymore.
All we can do now is keep
You have
investigating anyone involved
Uno.
with the victims.
You know what? Microsoft Solitaire will
Our perp.
works.
It has to be
makes
someone
sense.
in
Makes
Inaba.
sense to put that on
We
there.
need
Colossal
multiplayer Solitaire.
Ah, is your detective's intuition
bite
at
me,
work?
We don't need multiplayer Solitaire. 2020 has Minecraft, King's Quest.
Did you miss the joke?
Welcome
Solitaire, multiplayer. Solitary, multiplayer.
Okay, so
entirely.
let's get. So I'm just gonna save here, and I will continue this next month. So next time when I
2020 inductees
when I
are
get
Minecraft,
to
King's Quest.
so next time when I play Persona 4,
You'll die.
we are going to find out if Yukiko Amagi is going to get herself kidnapped. So, until then, and praying that copyright doesn't get us again, toodles.
All right, and I will be